This video contains strong language not suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Things are happening.
All right, there we go. We are rolling.
So, welcome back, everyone. Quick recap. Unless somebody wants to do the recap, I can do it. Unless we want to test, we'll do a quick memory test.
Dragon Ball Z.
And
Let me get
demonetize.
my
There we go.
notes out. Which
Can I be
were
drinking
written-
beer on a YouTube video, or would like
Yeah.
me demonetized as well?
I don't know.
People do like they do like drunk things.
Yeah, but I don't know if they actually drink on any of those.
You
Anyway,
can see whatever.
Yeah,
we'll
all of my
argue
notes.
demonetization later.
All of my notes are written on an IUP concert program.
Good,
hmm
good.
Yeah,
That's
who
excellent.
played percussion? Hey, I did.
Was it me?
No, it was
It
me,
was
Adam,
me.
and Carol Ann.
It was me the whole time.
That
right.
was me. Surprise.
So last episode, you all were taken on a bit of a joyride through Cormvor, in the back of a wagon driven by an elf named Ergen, who is very determined to get y'all where you needed to go, which worked out for you guys because you were brought before the mayor. And the mayor was like, "Hey, Ergen, how's it going?" And Ergen's like, "You need to see what they have in the bag." And like some really kind of fucked up version of Santa Claus, you guys rolled up and were like, "Hey, look what we have," which raised a couple of eyebrows. And Ergen and Mayor Alvaron showed you what was being kept in the basement underneath the meeting chambers. Once you moseyed your way down with your so it was the mayor, Ergen, and a scholarly bard named Thalia, who Ronan has a history with. Three of you, the rest of you, kind of mosey on down with them and find this metal man in the basement, who, when you enter, activates, and after a brief dialogue, pulls his weapon on the shiny dwarf that's in the bag, or that's currently wrapped in a tarp. Which after a few words of, "Hey, what the fuck's going on?" You realize that Core is now awake. For the first time since you've left Long Pike, he's moving under his own power, and he's aware. His eyes are also bright honking red, and there's a few issues with that. So after a few good throws, some excellent dice rolling, you all managed to keep. You basically swap Core and Robbie in this sort of holding cell underneath the council chambers. And Thalia blocks this door down, so pretty much nothing can come out that door without her or Ergen or the mayor's permission. And so you all went up, checked in on, chatted with the mayor for a little bit, and the mayor sent runners for supplies that you all had requested. And so I believe Thalia and Robbie were waiting outside the door to the basement when we left off, and everyone was kind of just having a drink and waiting. Yes.
I would like to point out for the people at home that this man here for me just had his wisdom teeth out, and that's why he has this thing on his face.
This
Just
is
so
not a fashion
everyone knows.
statement. This is
Yes.
this is the advice of a medical professional.
Yes.
Also, do you
He's
guys want me to bring the webcam a little closer?
Whatever
Like
makes
it's
you
kinda-
happy.
Yeah, if
We
you're
see more of
comfortable,
your face this time, Kendrick,
Yeah.
because last time
Only
it was
if I
just
can-
your forehead.
Only if
You
I
can-
can just see your forehead.
Mhm.
That's it.
Ooh.
everybody settle into the
Ooh.
forehead. Oh, look at that backlighting.
Yeah.
The medical bandage is also a nice touch. I think that's very Silent Hill of you.
It's just so I don't have to. It looks like I almost have like a curler in my hair. Like, boop. It's mainly
look for you.
it's so I can try not to touch. Is this a better view?
Yeah,
you're
Assholes
fine.
instead of. All right.
You're fine.
You look beautiful, Kendrick.
What do you want? Why are you munching?
Thank you. Chris.
Also, I have a cat sitting in my computer chair. So
I was gonna ask if that was your girlfriend gnawing on your leg.
no, it's Bubba.
Bubba.
It's Bubba.
We'll get. Hang on.
Okay.
Let me real quick.
Cat show.
Oh,
Oh,
Bubba.
He's chilling.
Bubba. I love Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba's about 18 pounds.
Oh.
There's a
Now-
lot of cat.
It now
That's a
makes
good
sense
name.
why his name is Bubba.
I was also giving him pets, and he bit my hand and pulled my hand to a different part of his body for pets.
Oh.
So he knows what he wants, and I can't tell him no. So, we'll pick up shortly after we left off. There's been some drinks, some polite conversation. I believe Lami and Lythar were waiting on drinks from Gerard.
Yes, we were.
Yes.
Who after taking your wine glass full of cherries, and who took the wine glass full of cherries?
I think I did. I think I took it,
Yeah.
but I
So,
was gonna drink it.
yeah. So after the wine glass full of cherries and wine was passed around, Gerard comes back with a very large silver plate. And somehow perfectly balanced like a seesaw are two huge tankards. Like each of these is probably eight inches tall. Like big tankards. And he sets the tray down, picks up the two tankards, and very carefully sets one in front of Lythar and in front of Lami. And he's like, he sets them down and goes, "Gentlemen, enjoy your drinks. I'll be in the other room if you need anything else." And he turns and gives a polite, deferential bow to the mayor and a slightly deeper one to Ergen. His bow seems a little more personal, and then steps out into a side room.
Bye, Gerald.
So I'm gonna pick up tankard and give Lami a good old cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers. I'm gonna drink it.
Ching.
Whole thing. I'm gonna drink the whole thing.
Are you also drinking?
No. Well, no.
You have to prove
will-
yourself, Kendrick.
I will die.
You won't die.
Would you say it's 9 inches tall?
It's 8 to 9. It's like 8 or 9 inches tall. It is huge.
You're a
What is that?
hardy
So is that
racist
like-
elf. You got this.
What would that be? Like a
It's like
36 ounces, 40 ounce?
it's not big enough to hold a 40. It's definitely like it's
Ah,
32 ounces. Like it's 2 pints.
fuck it. Let's drink the whole thing.
2 pints in a quart. It's a quart of something.
All right.
Lami, you drank the whole thing.
Whole thing.
Give me a con saving throw.
You got it, boss.
This is good.
Should I do this as well?
How much did you drink?
I chose to do the whole thing.
You will also make a con save.
Should make
18
it
for me.
Oh,
We're rolling good so far.
Oh boy, I don't like that con 0 you have like that. Let's see how you do.
did Kendrick die?
Oh, I got an 18.
Ooh.
All right, wow.
Oh.
That was
With a plus,
lucky as
that's
shit.
that is a natural 18 because your saving throw is plus
I
0.
got
Holy
no
shit.
0.
So you see the two of them just throw back these tankards and slam them on the table, bone dry inside. And you guys feel you get this.
Ah! Sorry, I fell out.
You guys,
Just like my ex-wife.
This isn't
you both both feel this heady rush and as you're like, the taste takes a second to sort of trace its way back up your mouth because you drank it so quickly.
Mhm.
But it's this heady mix of like, there's some clove. It's like a mulled wine, but there's a little more heat to it, as
Mhm.
well as just like some clove, a little bit of some other herbs that you can't quite name. It's like it feels like you just drank a very satisfying meal, and it sits, but it doesn't sit heavy. It just is very satisfying.
I just look at
Um,
them very impressed.
Yeah, and you have no real ill effects from it.
Wait, what did you get, Josh, on your
I got
roll?
an 18. I got an 18 as well.
You guys die.
Oh, but did you get a bonus though?
Yeah.
He got +4 on his
Oh,
roll.
damn! I got very low.
Yeah, that could have been interesting.
That's kind of what I was going for. I was like, well, might as well.
Is there gonna be a cameo appearance?
By who shall not be named. Beeps.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
Normally there is.
Lord Voldemort will not be appearing in this episode. Don't worry,
He's
J.K.
not-
Rowling. You can put down the lawyers.
He's not Lord Voldemort. He's Lord Cudalort. He's like a Snuggle Lord.
he has a nose.
He does. He has a nose.
Allegedly, I've never seen it. Anyway, so as you two are finishing your drinks, there's kind of a quiet moment. Ergen and the mayor are sort of often in a corner looking at some paperwork and pointing and kind of just they're having a private conversation over in the corner. Just kind of doing their thing. I didn't know if you guys wanted to take this moment for some side conversation, or if you guys just want to skip ahead to when the servants start to come back with your stuff.
I was about to point out that Thalia and Robbie are in the basement with the door that's slurping up air.
I was gonna ask about this door.
Yeah, they're down there. I guess he could actually like ask about it and like touch it,
Mhm.
do what robot do.
Do we want to skip down to you and Thalia, Robbie?
Yeah, that'll give
Like
the
that.
servants time to get back. It can be like a
I'm gonna pull up Thalia's
meanwhile.
character
Yeah,
sheet.
to get Lythar's cherries.
You know, the entire time I was trying to think of what they should bring back, I was heartily considering giving Lythar a supply of like cherry bombs that he can attach to his arrows,
That'd be badass.
because that would be the ultimate, just like, hey, fuck you.
Shoot him up Brand's ass when he's sleeping.
Ooh.
Oh, that's really gonna bode well for party dynamics. Anyway, Robbie, so you and Thalia are kind of standing at this door, and Thalia she's pulled out a sketchbook and is taking notes on how the door, remembering how the door operated. And actually, let's do a real quick. Oh yeah. So she's drawing this very detailed and specific map of this door, and just like here's how the mechanism probably functioned. Here's all the locking mechanisms. She's going up and she's tapping the panels inside the door and kind of noting the sound they make in the pitch. And she's figuring out, like, she's basically just hyper analyzing this door. And she's being very careful only to touch it when she wants a note, but other than that, she's keeping a safe distance from it.
Okay. And there is a large inrush of air coming through. Like, are there, I guess, openings in the door starting to form? Like,
There's nothing is super visible.
okay.
But it feels like, kind of like just like pinholes in a rubber gasket. So like when you run your fingers over it, they'll be running, and then you'll feel it suck down, and then when you pull your finger away, you feel that suction, and then the air goes through again.
Okay. I have any idea what would be causing that,
Um,
other than the known metal dwarf inside?
you're running some real quick mental math. Give me. So you know that much air. That the room should have equalized pressure wise. Because like when you open the door, the pressure should have equalized. It should be fine. So either the dwarf has been inhaling for the last 5 to 10 minutes, nonstop,
Or we are at the center of a bomb.
or like either the dwarf has been inhaling or there's a ventilation system that's active. There's something is making the air is going somewhere, or the dwarf has been inhaling and is doing his best impression of a wind turbine.
That was
Sorry, better would be his best Kirby impression.
See, I'm not
can't
gonna
suck
like
anything.
that.
Nobody likes Kirby. He's a obnoxious pink bastard.
Yeah.
meow, 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 meow.
Up B, that's all you need on Kirby. Yeah.
I really... I would either start trying to get myself into that room again, and barring being allowed to do that by the person taking notes, start heading back towards the group and see how far they've gotten.
Mm.
So I've already got my sword out. I don't trust this thing. I haven't trusted this thing from the beginning. So I'm going to attempt to walk up to the door and swing my sword at it.
Athalia is deep in her note taking. Her eyes look like they're shut. It looks like she's drawing this entirely from memory and
Impressive.
without reference. She's just like locked this thing into her head and she's going with it. And she doesn't do anything as you walk past her. Give me an attack roll on that door, sir. Are you one-handing or two-handing?
I am one-handing.
Okay.
I'm just basically going up to it like soldier trying to cut down a door style with one hand.
Just trying to like hack through this thing.
Yeah, and that is still only a 10.
So your sword hits and you start taking swings at it and you start hitting this door, and it's like you're punching a bunch of hanging bells, and it's just this super discordant clanging. And so everyone up in the upper room hears this cacophony of jangles. And Thalia is sitting there. She's just like, "What are you doing? Are you trying to get in?"
I believe the airflow is a problem.
What kind of problem?
I believe the dwarf is planning something.
Well, I don't think he can get out. Should we get the others?
Do you not feel this?
Feel what?
And I just put my hand up against where I can feel the air moving through it, and then take her hand and rub it against that as well.
When you're which hand are you using?
So my left
non-sword
hand
one.
has the sword in it. My right hand.
You're using the Eldritch Blast hand. Eldritch Blast hand. So when you reach out to grab her hand, she kind of pulls back a little bit, and then she like takes a second and looks and sees that it's not glowing blue with Eldritch Death energy, and she's like, "Okay." And she hesitantly like reaches up and runs her finger along the seal, and as soon as she hits that first seal, or that first pinhole, her eyes widen, She goes, well, that's not good. I can stop this. Go get the others. I can fix this at least temporarily. Go get the rest of them.
All right, quick about face and sprint up the hallway.
Okay. Yeah, just up this flight of stairs. So everyone else in the room hears this very heavy clanking. Just like chung, 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 chung. And Robbie comes bursting through the opening to the basement.
Friends, there is a problem downstairs.
A
Well-
problem.
What kind of a problem?
I was gonna order another drink.
There is air flowing. The lady with the wings did not appreciate it.
It's just air.
She said, come.
Did you close the
Then
windows?
come we shall. And I start walking down.
I'm gonna follow.
I'm gonna go with javelin in hand.
I look
Well,
at my
I'm also
empty
gonna
drink.
follow.
I
I'm
look at
gonna
Lami and I
follow.
just follow.
I'm gonna follow skeptically.
Can I
wondering
take
why it's not windy up here?
Can I take the glass of cherries with me?
Oh
Oh.
my god.
Could I,
I
could
was
have
gonna
done
bring that.
Okay. Oh, I'll leave it for Thrall.
Yeah, I was gonna
So as Ronan gets up, he leaves the glass, and you just see Thrall kind of reach over and just pick it up very delicately, like a snifter full of cherries. And so as you circle back down, following that same glow that Ergen left behind, at the bottom of the stairs, you see Thalia with what looks like it was a candle, and she's taken it and she's molding the wax in her hand, and she keeps working it, and she's kind of has her eyes shut, and then she reaches up with the wax, finds one of the spots, clenches her fist really tightly, and then covers it with the wax. And you can tell she's done this on probably 2 or 3 other spots that she could reach, just filling these gaps. And Robbie, since you're listening for that sound a little bit, you kind of keyed on it to hear it. It's much quieter than it was before, so this appears to be working.
Is that material strong enough?
It's all I had. I didn't have anything else on short notice. I figure we could either figure out what's going on, or they could. Well, like normally a dwarf passes out after about 2 or 3 minutes without oxygen, but there's nothing in the books about metal dwarves. I don't know if they need to breathe.
What's going on here? And I kind of like shove my way to the front.
Breakfast.
I hope it's not breakfast.
Thalia looks to Robbie, and she's like, "Do you want to tell him? Do you want to give more details, or do you want you know more about this than I do? I'm just here patching holes." She
I
pulled out
think
another piece of wax, and
we may know the same amount.
that's promising. She goes and starts filling in smaller holes. She goes, "Ronan, sorry, go ahead."
Your metal friend, whom I seem to need to stop, continues to breathe in. Or somebody has created wind.
In the room.
Somebody created wind.
Are you telling me the dwarf farted?
So, but it's sealed. It went all, and then the air and the stuff. How'd he undo that? I didn't think the door could open from the other side.
Did he have large lungs?
I don't know, and I kind of look
Do-
over
do-
at Lami. And
Dwarves are
Little-
natural
little dwarves.
sprinters, not endurance
Do I
runners.
feel any air moving at all?
Now that Thalia has covered all the holes that she can reach, and there's like a couple, she's like jumping up to try and reach some of the ones at the top of the door frame.
Mhm.
The airflow has stopped pretty much. There's not really any movement or anything like that on the inside of this.
I'm gonna say, well, I told you it's not windy out. Just go back upstairs and get a drink.
How big is Thalia? Because I have not read her character sheet, and I forgot.
She's a regular sized
A regular size thing. Can I pick?
She-
Can I like?
I'll
Is she
say, why
small
don't you
enough
pick her
that,
up and clog the
I
rest?
can hold her like her feet. I can like put on my hands and like pick up. I can like cheerleader her a little bit,
You probably could, or
Or roll for
or
him.
maim
Yeah.
her badly.
it wouldn't be. Do you want to pick her up to reach the top
Yes. Yeah.
thing? As you come over to like, kind of with your hands outstretched, she's like, "I'm not letting you pick me up, you psycho." Here, and she hands you the last couple of bits of wax from the candle. She goes,
I
"Heat
guess
these up,
That works.
cover up these holes." Not after last time. Not picking you up after the last thing that happened in the tavern. Never again.
I did apologize for that. To be fair.
Yeah, and I'm still upset.
So I take the wax and I just start like breathing on it, like trying to warm it up.
She's like, "You could just rub it between your hands, just like this, like this."
Oh, like this. Okay.
Okay. Now take that and split it into 2 pieces.
2 pieces.
And I want there and there. Stick it on. The hallway is dead silent, as quiet as it was the first time you came down. Everything goes quiet. Go ahead.
Can I ask Thalia if she knows anything that's like would be behind the room that the gnome's in? Like,
The dwarf is in.
yeah, is there anything like behind him, like
I don't-
rooms or anything else?
I didn't know this room was here. I need to look and see. Like, I might need to look at some plans and see what I can find. But I didn't know this existed.
I kind of like turn to the rest of the group and I'm gonna. I really think that we need to go inside. I feel like he may have created a hole and blasted his way somehow out of the room. Like I think we need to go check this.
I think we would have heard a large blast.
Wouldn't we have noticed a large blast? He makes thunder.
The air needs to go somewhere though.
Maybe
right?
he's just taking a big yawn. Just.
Ronan, it's time
I
to
think robots yawn.
tackle the
Robbie,
door.
Yawn.
I do not yawn.
Oh. Well, at least we
doesn't
have
yawn.
that cleared up.
Oh, it
Who
hurts to
thought such
smile.
a tiny little cleric could cause so
So-
many.
My concern is that Kor is not operating of his own free will at the moment. And my plan was to have him stuck in here until we could get like clerics or lightning people, or perhaps find a scroll of greater restoration in the library. Because I've seen that turn people from stone back into regular people, so you would think it would turn a metal dwarf into a regular dwarf. I don't have one of those, though, and I don't know where they come from. I just kind of look at Maury, like, with a cocked head and just stare at him.
I'm gonna
we
look.
like make a trap for him? Can we like lead him into the hallway and like trap him and like tie him down rather than just kind of like letting him do his own thing in there? I don't know. I feel like he might have escaped. I think that's the problem.
Do we have tying equipment?
I don't know. Do you
Do we?
check your inventory sheets, boys?
I have a
I don't
rope.
think I'd.
I have a rope.
Well,
Most of you should have 50 feet.
I'll
of
see.
rope.
I would say actually I should have.
If you don't, there's probably people you could ask.
I have some rope. I have 50 feet.
Yep.
So we do have
Yep.
rope.
All right. Like
Go on, Lythar.
I got a mess kit because this is gonna get messy.
Thalia looks over at Lythar and is like, "You know, that wasn't half bad."
It
As far
was
as,
pretty
you know,
bad.
as far as Elven jokes go, that was pretty good.
I forgot everything literal.
How
Robbie
far
shows
away
no
is, like,
emotion.
Um,
how far away is the door from like the stairs?
I
uh,
say we have another drink over contemplation.
there's probably it's like a 15 by 15 landing at the base of the stairs. There's a fair amount of there's enough room for everyone to gather, or 15 by 20 because the door is 5 foot. The doorway is 10 feet wide with double doors.
Can we like go all Scooby Doo on this? Can I like? All right. So here's the
Yes.
plan. I got a plan. Are you ready? So I
Yes.
got some grease. Okay, I can grease up one side of the room. We can like make him slip and fall into the rope, and then we tie him up, and then just and then we figure out if he's actually in there. Then it's fine. If he's not in there, then
What about
We
all
have a
the
bigger
holes Thalia just clogged?
well, where's the air going? It's a pocket. There's like no doors. It's like a underground room. Like where's the air?
I say again, we need to get more drinks and contemplate what to do
Well,
next.
most importantly, I'm gonna look over at is it Thalia or Talia?
Where
Thalia.
is that damn
Thalia. I'm gonna look over at her and say, "Are you 100% sure you can open this door again?"
Absolutely.
We could go ask the people upstairs what's around this door too. That
We
would
could go
also
find
get
schematic.
Lomi some more mead at the same time.
Wait, so hold on here, Mari. So you're saying you don't think you think he's gone?
I
He
think
might
he's
not
gone.
even be
I
in
think
there.
I think he's done yeeted out of here. I think he's gone.
What if he's still there? What are we gonna do?
Then we close the door.
What if he doesn't let us close the door?
I still think that like leaving him with his free will, willy-nilly arms and like.
But he's in an
noodly
empty
self-
room.
All right, boys, I got an idea. If we're gonna
He's a
switch,
freaking robot now. He can
Let's-
do something crazy. I don't know.
let's switch this. If we're gonna open the door real fast, can I cast Entangling Shot on the first round
It's
of
quite
combat?
a big door. I don't think we could open it that
I don't
quickly.
think there's anything against having to hit that target first, but I might be wrong.
No, you prime the arrow, and then if it hits,
Yeah, I don't think it's
Oh, it's ensnaring shot. That's right.
or shot or strike, whatever the hell.
I was like entangling shot. Why am I getting Diablo and Pathfinder?
Oh, my bad.
The next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack,
So I can just call it and then use it as my
So
first
you-
hit.
you could ready ensnaring strike, and then when the door opens and you see him, you can take the shot.
So
Kendrick
That's-
learned all about his Colossus Slayer ability today.
yeah, for like the second time, because we also had this discussion a while ago.
Got to remember what you hit.
Yes.
I also
But-
need to remember what you hit.
So I guess I'll look at everybody and be like, if we want to open the door, I can try ensnaring strike. So if he's still there and I hit him, he won't be able to move. Close the door as fast as possible.
I think that's an okay plan.
I think it's
Okay.
a big door, and we cannot close the door quickly enough.
If he can't move, it doesn't matter.
He was moving. He's an angry metal man.
Dragon Boy, do you not know what ensnaring strike is?
He's still.
Want
an
me to try it
angry-
out on you?
Angry metal man. Give it a shot. Prove to me that it works.
Oh no.
If this
Sally is standing and she just like she sees this going on and she's like she just politely Thrall, are you standing like kind of on the stairs? Where are you at in this mosh pit?
I'm behind the two of them arguing, I guess.
So
Or
Thalia
more or less behind Kendrick.
holding the chairs, right?
taunting him with cherries. So
Steve's, is
Thalia
your
kinda-
computer on fire?
No, I take that back. I'm behind Lami, and I'm just holding the glass of cherries.
Oh,
Thalia's gonna take a quick look around the room and kind of look to Robbie and just be like, "Is this seems dangerous?" And she just kind of takes a step back. She steps on that first stair.
I look at Lami. I say, if I get him to stay still, you buy me the next drink.
If you get
Well, I guess
me
we're not
to
even
stay-
paying for
If
drinks.
you get me to stay still, be impressed.
We're not even buying
Tiny-
drinks. So that's-
Tiny elf.
And fighting words. Ronan
So
just
I-
looks at both of them and puts up both his hands like, oh no.
So I shake my head. I look over at Robbie and I say, "Do you really think he might still, or do you think he got away, or do you think he's still in there?"
Insufficient information.
Can I like go Scooby-Doo the door and like put my... I like how that's a thing now because of DP said that.
That's
And
an
like
excellent verb
put,
choice.
put my ear like on the door and see if I like
You can-
hear anything.
You can listen at the door, absolutely.
Okay.
Give me a perception check. While he's rolling that, Robbie, when you say insufficient information, that command line clicks into your vision again, and where it said eliminate, a little cursor's blinking at the end, and it steps back and sort of deletes all that text, and out comes analyze period parentheses eliminate parenthesis. Just kind of flashes for a second and then clicks away.
I got a 15.
So you're listening, and the door's making a weird is kind of vibrating a little bit. It's like hearing machinery running in a different room, but this sounds very, very faint. And the door doesn't seem thick enough to like. It sounds like there's very faint running, like a fan is running in the distance.
And that's the door making that noise.
You hear that noise kind of through the door.
So it's inside.
It is inside. That's the.
Um,
Is that what it sounds like?
I immediately point my hand cannon back at it.
You can't actually hear it because he can
Oh.
only hear it because he's in contact with the door.
Oh,
So
He's
because,
like-
do
He's up against
fans
it and he's picking up that noise.
do fans and motors exist? How
In
do
a
I describe
magical
this
sense,
to like
yes.
my friends?
You could go as far as just like it's a humming vibration.
There's
Um,
a hummy vibrating noise in there,
You-
which means it was either his little Betty Boy or Core is still in there doing vibrating things, which I really don't want to walk in on. If you catch my drift.
From upstairs, you hear Gerard's voice again. He goes, "Excuse me, sirs and ladies, your equipment has arrived.
Ooh,
If you,
voice.
Ooh.
we can bring it down to you if you're in the middle of something."
I want to go up and get it.
I run up the stairs. I'm running up the stairs.
I'm like, ooh, stop.
So, yeah, you see the dragon and the Goliath immediately forget whatever they were talking about and sprint up this curved staircase.
Don't
And
forget the
Thali is just like, I don't. He's always like that. Just keeps on sketching.
All right, I'm
Um,
gonna leave my chicken at the door, and I'm also gonna walk back up.
did you take Frank with you?
No, Frank is still up there.
Frank's still in the wagon.
Does
Oh,
your
poor
does your
Frank.
chicken do like an alarm thing or something? Like, does it have any special abilities?
Actually, Maury,
He's a
you
chicken, right?
Oh
have
I do have an alarm.
you have alarm as a ritual.
How long does that take?
1 minute.
Oh, nice. All right, so
All
I'm
right.
gonna
Yeah, casting time 1 minute as a ritual.
like pull like a little string, and somehow I don't know if this is possible, but I'm gonna like attach the alarm to my chicken, so if something happens, he can like do the
It'd be
routine.
like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all see the gnome just kind of reach into his pocket, and pull out this metal rooster, and kind of plop it
I
down.
thought about it.
Is it is it just kind of powered on its own? Or is it like a wind up rooster?
He's kind of powered up on his own.
Wink.
So you just kind of set this rooster down at the base of the stairs, and tie a piece of string to where are you tying the other? So one piece of string is kind of around a piece of the door. Where are you tying the other piece of string?
probably just to the other side, so it like goes across the length of
To
the
the
door.
other
Okay.
part of the door.
The rooster's just kind of hanging out watching this whole thing.
I imagine it's the chicken from Moana. It's
Ooh.
like that
Pepe.
weird Pepe, like with the funny little eyes that don't look in our direction.
Voiced by God, what's his name? The dickhead from Firefly. Like shouldn't call
Oh, that guy.
Alan
yep.
Tudyk.
The guy
Yes.
who likes the guns.
Your chicken is voiced by Alan Tudyk.
Dutch from Halo
Yep.
Reach or Halo ODST.
So you set up this alarm, and everyone kind of runs upstairs. Thalia, basically what you missed is you were ingenious in the moment and took your candle and filled in these little pinholes that was pulling air into the room.
I tried to pick you up.
It was pretty
and
ingenious of you,
said
if I
no.
do say so myself. And then Ronan tried to pick you up to get the last two, and you were like, absolutely not after the last time. Here, just do it yourself.
Yeah, so what happened the last time? I have no idea, but
We'll let you two figure that out. And so Gerard has come back and said, hey, all the gear you requested is upstairs. And so Lami and Ronan have sprinted up the stairs to retrieve their new gear. Everyone's kind of moseying up. So upstairs, the ring table where you all were sitting has been
since
completely
it's
cleared
Christmas, are they wrapped?
away. If you needed a little more time to get wrapped.
Oh.
But so you see just like gear kind of strewn about this table. And where you were sitting previously, Ronan, you find what looks like just an enormous javelin. And the servant is kind of sitting near it. He's like, oh, hi, yes, this is for you. We didn't have anything.
This is neither a sword nor an axe, but I like whatever it is.
It's the best we could do. And he's like, we took this from the city guard and cut off about this much off the bottom. It used to be in one of the ballistas, but I figured you could use it a little better. So
like
here,
this.
and he's like they're holding it out to you, and it's a little heavy for them, and they're just like, please.
I pick it up
I hope he likes it.
one-handed and I kind of toss it in my palm a little bit.
It's balanced. Whoever cut the end off did a really good job of like they turned this into a Goliath-sized javelin for you.
Wait, why didn't you give them like the chicken talon thing and tell them to make a weapon out of it?
That would have taken too long. That's of my
Oh.
own plans later.
Oh.
Chicken
Chicken
talon
talon.
thing.
So
And more cherries.
so Chris, out of character, your ballista javelin, your javelin 2.0, you roll it just like a normal javelin, but you will roll 1d6 plus 1d8
Oh,
for damage.
okay.
You need to make a custom weapon in D&D Beyond. It'll just make it so it's always there.
And so they also, another gentleman, the gentleman who was standing where Lythar was standing, goes, oh yeah, by the way, and he runs over to Ronan and goes, you wanted chain, so here's a bunch of options. And he pulls out just like a normal sized rucksack and turns it over, and chain just starts pouring out like rain. And it's just a whole bunch of like 10-foot segments of different size chain. Everything from like jeweler's chain, 10 feet long, to what looks like part of a ship anchor, and you don't really know how he got that in the bag. It just like pours out, and it just starts piling and piling and piling and piling and piling, and he starts backing up and like dragging this bag around the circle, just leaving this trail of chain. And he finally like closes the loop and goes to you and goes, pick whatever you want when you want. I need to take the rest of them back. I said they might not. Take your time, but pick whichever one you want. And he kind of puts the bag back on his belt and steps back into the other side of the room.
They're all 10 feet long.
They're plus or minus a chain link. They're closer to they're 10 feet and over pretty much.
10 feet and over.
Like plus an inch or 3.
Oh, okay.
The shortest one is 10. The jeweler's chain is 10 feet on the nose because they have that kind of finesse. Also, you're a little impressed how someone got 10 feet of jeweler's chain in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's been quick. It's been a busy day.
I'm going to find the 3 of the most similar size and take them.
Okay. So you have 30 feet of
Segmented
steel
chain.
30 feet of steel chain. And they're probably, I would say about the size of your thumb, but you might have giant thumbs. This is like heavy duty construction. Like you would find this in a quarry for moving blocks of stone. And there's like 3 relatively close to the same size, close enough that they'll interlink and not cause too many problems. Lami, at your side of the table, there is what looks like, it kind of just looks like a bigger shield, but it has the crest of the mayor on it.
Ooh.
And it's just like, instead of, because it's more like a traditional tower shield, just it's a much bigger, broader thing. But there's no servant standing next to it. There is what looks like a priest. Just there's a hooded, cloaked figure clad in silver with his hood up. And it's a very big, deep hood, and it kind of drapes down over his face. And he's just standing there with his hands in front of him like this.
Oh shit.
Waiting very patiently for someone to approach him. He's got nothing but time.
I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna say, hello, who are you?
So how close to you are you just gonna get like within conversational distance, or
pretty close.
Okay. So he does not really react as you get close, but the head tilts up. What's your? Give me a perception check, actually.
You got it, boss. That's an 11.
You think you catch a metallic glint from inside the hood. Something, a warm metallic glint coming from inside this hood. And the figure kind of looks, the hood pulls up and looks at you, goes, hello.
Hello there.
I was wondering if I would be lucky enough to meet you. And he pulls the hood back, and it is a copper dragon, or copper dragonborn. Sorry, the very important distinction.
He's really big.
Boy, that
just turned gargantuan.
It's amazing what you can fit inside a robe these days. So he pulls the hood back and settles it over his shoulders, and it is a copper dragonborn, much older than you would have expected, considering how well he fills out the frame of his robe. But this is an older dragon. And he reaches out his hand as if to he reaches his hand out kind of like this, like he's going for a handshake, but he doesn't. His hand shaking just a little bit as he's reaching out to you, kind of reverently, and he kind of holds it there for a second.
I'm gonna reach out and give him a traditional dragonborn handshake.
Okay. Do you want to describe for the group what a traditional
Yeah,
Dragonborn
yeah.
handshake is?
It's of course like you go for the back and then the forward and the.
Woogity, woogity, woogity,
are we-
woogity.
Great. So, you know what? Since I make Ronan curtsy for everything, give me a performance check on that.
Yeah.
You have +4. I don't want to hear it. How well do you swap skin with this Dragonborn?
9. That's a 9.
He's trying to like get into the swing of things, but he's a little old and his reflexes aren't what they were. So he goes for he gets the front, he misses the back, and the woogity 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 just doesn't really work. But he stops and he clasps your hand in both of his. He takes your hand in both of his, and you feel something press into your palm, something small and metallic. And he goes, I spoke with Bahamut. He knows why you're here.
You can talk to him?
Talk is a loose term. Mostly I just listen and translate as best I can.
That sounds difficult.
But you know, he goes, my hearing is not what it was, but my knowledge of Bahamut is better than it's ever been. He knows what you're doing is right. Take this with Bahamut's blessing and continue your good deeds. And he takes his hands away. And you feel he leaves that small metal, something in your palm. He kind of closes your hand around it. And he goes, this is a gift from Bahamut himself. Do not squander this. He takes a step back, puts the hood up, and just turns and very solemnly, quietly walks out of the room. And everyone gives this dragon plenty of space.
He got real big again.
I'm gonna, as he's walking out, I'm gonna kind of point over, like right at him, be like, "Did anybody hear him? I'm right, all the time." You're wrong.
I don't think that's what he means.
Give me your deception check.
It's a natural 1.
Yeah,
Josh, you need a new dice tray.
Nobody's buying that. I would recommend something from Scheckler Woodworking.
Oh, there you go.
So, in your hand is, I believe I wrote this down somewhere.
Is another hand.
Ooh, spooky.
Hold on. I did not write it down because I'm a terrible DM.
Nonsense.
So I could describe it while I frantically look up the stats on this thing. In your hand is a small silver ring. I say small as in it's pretty thin, but it looks like it will fit on your hand
How many
perfectly.
fingers
well.
does a Dragonborn have?
You have 10.
They have 10 fingers on one hand? That's
Yes.
impressive. It's like
So
Really impressive.
all right.
gloves are a huge pain in the ass.
So,
So this silver ring is pretty thin, but carved into it is just like this beautifully detailed dragon with its wings spread, wrapping around the ring and ending, not quite touching, but etched into the ring is a tiny shield where the wings are kind of wrapped around as if to touch it. You have earned yourself a ring of protection. So if you wear it for an hour and attune to it, you get +1 to AC and +1 to your saving throws. And after the elderly man in the robe leaves, this servant sprints into the room and he's like looking around, and he runs over to where you are and he's like, so this is all we found. All of the plate armor is too small for you. But we found this shield. If you want it, it's really big. And he's like, this kid's a little nervous about, a dragon. He's probably like,
You should eat
this
him.
kid's probably like 18, and he's a little nervous about being around a fully armored up dragonborn.
I'm gonna take the shield.
You're gonna take the tower shield.
I'm taking the shield. Is it a shiny? Is it a shiny shield?
Yeah, it's in great shape.
I like shiny.
It looks a little more decorative than it's been used in a fight, but looking at it, the metal seems good. It seems like it'll hold up pretty well. Plus, you can totally hide behind it, even with your full imposing size. Or when the snow hits, you can go sledding.
I'm taking the shield and I'm putting my ring on. I'm putting my ring on right away.
Great. So congrats. You have +1 to AC.
Yay.
And let me just think. Lythar, you requested the chain for Ronan. Robbie didn't really need anything besides more thrilling conversation with Frank.
Oh, nice.
So-
It changed it right on my sheets. That's awesome.
So Amari, you're sitting there, and there is a letter sitting on your at your seat, and it just has a seal, a wax seal on the front, and it's just a very stylized E.
You talking like Internet Explorer E?
A little swankier.
Okay.
Swankier, dude.
Like this is like,
Little tail on it.
yeah, there, and it's pressed into the metal. There's some calligraphy and there's some pretty stuff. Give me So how familiar is Maury with weapons and like their manufacturers?
I mean,
How familiar do you want him to be?
between like mechanical things and like where they're from and stuff like that, I would say pretty good. I don't know about like specifically weapons. Probably.
Bless you.
Probably not.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Chris says, "Bless you." So give me a history check. Oh, you're proficient? Never. Yeah, just give me a straight up history check. But add your proficiency's already not add. So yeah, just give me a history check.
All the
+5,
history.
17.
I hope you get a Maliwan SMG.
So no, not Maliwan. We're not going to light any people on fire with that yet. So you get so you look at it and you recognize the symbol as being a basically like the signature of a weaponsmith. There's a couple of big E names in weaponsmithing. So you know, but you know, like this is a familiar symbol to you, and you've seen it on crossbows. You've seen it on very well-made weapons in the past, and it's sealed on the back as well.
I'm gonna pop that bad baby open.
Okay. So you pop it open, and inside is on very official looking documentation. Oh, look, you can see Scotty. Scotty has come out to play.
Yep.
Scotty, don't.
So
Scotty's on fire.
on the letter, it says in a very, very precise but kind of blocky handwriting. It says, "Dear adventurer, I've received your request for arms and armaments, and unfortunately, I cannot give these. I cannot finish this. I cannot process this. I need to meet the individual who will be receiving these goods from me. especially anything as specific as you have requested.
Oh,
Come
snap.
to the range and come to my shop. I would like to meet you before I provide you the weapons that the mayor has requested for you.
I'm Mori, a fancy bitch.
And at the bottom, there's just a very calligraphied E, similar to the seal, but this
Love
is
it.
clearly like his signature.
But
His
now,
name is just
now you need to write him back and say, I don't need customization, and then he'll ship you a giant gun, like for Chris.
a harpoon gun for my new javelin.
Um,
I'm gonna pocket that guy. Put it in my bag.
kind of took that away. And for Thrall, there's somebody kind of just hanging out near your station, and he kind of looks around and he sees you, and he kind of walks over to you and he goes, so you wanted cherries, correct?
Cherries for Lythar.
For Lythar, okay. He seems to not. Does he like cherries? I got
Not
the
at all.
impression.
That's the best part of it.
1 second. He reaches and he pulls out just like a small bag. And he hands it to you. And he goes,
To me or him?
to you. Yeah, this is like a very private one-on-one conversation.
Oh,
And he goes to Thrall and he goes, so this is what I have right now. Give me 3 days and I'll have more. If that's all right with you, or if you'd like to get anything else at any time, let me know.
Will do. This will be enough to make Lythar mad. So
Very good. And he kind of gives you a polite bow and skirts out the same way. And as he exits the door, you kind of see Gerard like looking at you and looking at Lythar, and just he like shakes his head and shuts the door behind him. And so all the servants have kind of cleared out, and Ergen and the mayor step away from their map, and they're like, so is everybody happy with what they have? Anything need to keep swapped out? Thalia, did you need anything? And I'm sorry, what was your name, shiny sir?
Hello, my name is Robbie.
Yes, Robbie. Did either of you need anything? I know that you weren't with the rest of them when gear was requested.
I am literally just staring at him in the same stance I have held.
Robbie, he means like, do you want like a thing? Like, do you want a sword to like attach to your hand, or like a fancy paint job maybe?
As soon as you say sword, I just stick my left hand out and make the sword appear in it.
I'll take that as a solid maybe.
Robbie, do you like stuff?
I have things. I keep holding that sword.
Do you want more things?
Don't you want to walk into a room and be like, behold, my stuff?
Is that what you would like for me?
Yes.
Then I would like stuff.
Ergen is just sitting there with the biggest grin on his face, and the mayor is just like, you see him kind of look up like he's running a lot of math through his head very quickly. And he's like, what kind of stuff would you like, Robbie?
And I will just look at each one of them in turn. Just stuff.
Great. And he claps his hands twice and goes, Gerard. And Gerard pops his head out. And he's like, sir, you clapped for me? He's like, yes, this is very urgent. I need stuff. Gerard goes, you have plenty of stuff, sir. Would Robbie like? Robbie, would you like stuff?
Yes, have some.
But I thought you. Do you have stuff for me?
No.
So you want me to give you stuff?
Yes, have some.
I think we're
Gerard-
stuck in a loop here.
I'm gonna kind of lean over and just say, just bring him things.
Gerard just goes, right, and he claps, and a whole bunch of servants pop out of different doorways, and they're just like, "You clapped for us, sir." And he's like, "Yes, I need stuff."
I'm gonna try clapping myself in the meantime. Straight over the head. Just
Nothing really happens when you clap.
I'm gonna look around confused.
Can I then try to clap?
Oh my goodness.
You
A more
certainly
like
can
golf
try.
clap, a little like.
Just like so like you clap, and they all kind of look at you funny, and then
I
look back at.
curtsy.
Give me a performance check on the curtsy.
A 4.
Yeah, they're unimpressed with your curtsy. They've
Oh wait,
seen
it's
better.
a 5 because I have a +1.
Right. They're marginally still unimpressed with your curtsy. It's a little better than it was a second ago, but it's still bad.
Yeah.
Gerard's like, just go get me stuff that someone that Robbie may enjoy. They're like, and just disappear back into the doors they came through. The mayor's like, well, great. This will be an expensive year. Anyway, so what was happening at the door?
Should Thalia explain? Miss Candle Lady, who wasn't here yet.
So had feeling. I went to go check it out, and there were like a lot of air holes, which I guess makes sense. If you want to live, you'd make some air holes. But we stopped them. There's some candle wax in there. Pretty sure we got all of them. We'll find out.
That is what happened, yes.
So, do we know if your dwarf friend needs to breathe?
No idea. We should probably go check on that, shouldn't we?
Robbie, do they need to breathe?
Told you.
Insufficient information.
Robbie, do you air in and out?
No.
I think we got our answer.
Kor isn't a warforged, though. He's a dwarf.
He's a big, stony, shiny guy.
Sure.
Mayor and Ergen kind of look, and Ergen's like, beats the fuck out of me. I deal with trees and shit. I deal with stuff that has to breathe. Robots are actually beyond my specialty for the most part. That door should know everything its inhabitant needs.
Oh.
So, but why would it? And you
So
see,
he needed
it's like,
air.
why would it need? If he's metal, does he need to? Anything we've kept in that chamber over the several years that we've used it has always had all of their needs provided.
Oh no.
Does he
What if-
need
what if-
one
what
of
if
the
you kept him there?
automatons that were inside of him to live, and did that escape
I don't know.
and leave Kor there to die?
Da-da-da.
And the mayor looks and he's just like, fine. And he stands up and goes, guards. And in an instant, all of the walls of the room, like the doors fling open where all the servants came out, and guards just pile into this room and surround the entire outside. He goes, no, not them. This is an announcement and also a word of warning.
I'm gonna wave at one of them.
Just one.
He's gonna the guard you look at is actually a lady in full plate, and she kind of looks and she just kind of like delicately waves and puts her arm back down. Because she doesn't
wave again.
She doesn't wave the second time. Now she knows you're being an asshole. And she's trying to pay attention to the guy who signs her paycheck. And goes, so we're going to these lovely adventurers are going to take a quick jaunt downstairs. And you see them kind of look at each other like, okay. I need all of you to stay here. And if anything comes up those stairs that isn't one of them, kill it. We have a dangerous enemy, potential enemy, downstairs. And we don't know how this conversation with this person will go. Do you understand? And a gentleman in a large blue and white headcrest steps forward, pounds his chest plate once like the bull moose that he is, and just like, yes, sir. Everyone else just kind of snaps to attention with their spears and swords. And the mayor's like, thank you, Captain. And he's like, well, if Organ thinks we need to open the door, I think you several are the correct ones to do that.
I raise my hand sheepishly.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, if I may request one more thing, if it's within your power. Do you have any, like, clerics or anyone who may know the spell, like, restoration or greater restoration that could be on, like, standby in case any of us get severely maimed?
So, and he kind of stands there and he's like, not entirely. I have a few friends I could call on that have some clerical background. Unfortunately, religious figures are frowned upon in council chambers. For the sake of civility and understanding among the citizens of Corvor, we try to keep religion out of the houses of politics. Me bringing in a religious figure of any ilk would be seen as a sign of favoritism. I may be able to sneak them in, but it will take time.
What if we were to take Core out?
How are we gonna get him out? He's in there.
We're gonna tie him up.
How are we gonna tie him up
with
He's in there.
magic?
We got rope.
We're going to go open the door to see if he's in there anyway.
Let's go back to my plan. Let's go open the door, and I'll be ready to shoot. You guys can be ready to rope.
I'm gonna look over at Lythar and say, you still have yet to prove that to me.
Before you all shoot or stab each other, if you would like to open the door now and attempt to restrain this dwarf, I will send for a cleric as quickly as I can.
I think
have a
we
couple
keep him there.
Healing things.
Okay. Oh,
I don't know if it helps.
you wish to be part of this misadventure, Thalia? This
I think it's an accurate adventure.
I mean,
I still
do
say
you want me to keep track of this stuff?
I suppose we should. For posterity. For when, the evil automaton that I have locked in my basement now decides to go on a rampage. We want to be able to know who to blame. And that's me.
It might be us, actually. We brought him here.
Yeah, but I told you to go reopen the... If you'd like to go, by all means.
All right.
Let's go.
I don't want to go. I'm scared.
Question for the DM. Has any of this counted as a short rest since our last encounter
Yes,
with him?
I will consider this a short rest.
Thank you.
So if any of y'all are damaged and want to use some hit dice or get your spells back,
Yeah, the porn star of the party needs a short rest. So
Can we take a potty break before we go and fight this thing?
yes, you can. We can. It's been it's been an hour and a half.
1 week since you
everybody
looked at me.
Everybody take 6. Everybody take 5. We are back at 9:30.
That's 5 minutes, DP.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yo,
So we're recording now.
Yay, we're recording now.
oh no.
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, bye, Bubba. We'll miss you. There he goes. Look at his waddle. Anyway, that's enough about my cat. So, we were all in the council chamber. Do we want to just fast forward to y'all made it down the stairs?
Sounds like a plan.
Unless anyone has other business in the council chamber.
Oh,
Alright.
I'm gonna bring Frank though. Do you want
You're going to bring Frank?
Business.
I'm
Um,
bringing the cherries.
So you get down, and the chicken is
Correct.
fully erect and undisturbed, unmolested, as it were. And so it
Wink.
that came right into my left ear and really just fucked with me. So yeah, you guys get down to where the
Found a piece of cheese on my
alarm
leg.
was set. And
My sword is still summoned from before.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
You are have the feeling that everyone is going to draw their weapons and be ready.
Alright, so
I am
we have a
weapons
plan?
drawn and ready.
what's our plan?
You want to open the door. Loithar's gonna shoot him with a tangly boy. And then we're gonna jump
Rodin's
in.
gonna give him a big
Big
hug.
hug.
I'm gonna go
We're
ahead
gonna
and
tie him up.
interject and just say, this is all a horrible idea. We should just leave him in the room to stay.
We don't know he's
But
in
what
there.
if he's not in the room?
What if he is?
The only way to
not?
know is to open the door. So I think we should open the door.
DM is, since I apparently am very good with this door, is there a way I can like tap the buttons in order to like make a peephole, like little window?
Like a barn door, like the top of it opens but the bottom doesn't.
Ooh, are we so
Wink.
so do you want do you want just like a panel to pop open?
Yeah.
Well, what did I make you roll the first time you played with this door?
Was it
I think it might have been
4? No.
perception. Because you know what? I will make it a performance check because it is a percussive door.
A funky Cole Medina.
Drums.
So give it that performance check.
All right, new dice. Don't fail me. Not bad. 19.
So you are fairly confident that you understand the method of how this door works to prevent the entire door from opening at once. When you sort of drum in the activation signal for it, you're pretty confident, but you're not 100% confident. Things may go awry, but you're pretty okay with that. So
I guess open the door.
All right, so now there's like a little window so we can go in and look and.
okay, make another performance check to actually open that door.
Oh, no.
That was just to be like, can I do this? Now give me the check too.
I am going to hold my free hand up, and the symbol will start glowing as the hand retracts into my arm.
Lythor, would you like to?
I would like to hold that.
Lythor, you're ready with your ensnaring strike?
You're muted, buddy.
Yeah, you're muted in Discord.
titties.
I don't think that's what Lythar said.
No, that's how we get. That's the demonetization motto. There we go.
No, that's how I get ensnaring strike. I just say
The
titties.
keyword is titties. Perfect.
I just I get like I'm literally like have my arrow like knocked and ready,
Okay.
and ensnaring strike is prepared.
Okay.
But I don't know I don't want to be like ensnaring strike activate. Like I don't want to do that.
Please.
Hilarious.
Please, I want that.
That's if the spell requires a verbal component.
And it doesn't.
I don't believe ensnaring strike requires.
I don't have it on
click
D
on
and
it.
D.
It is
I don't
only
have.
verbal. It is only verbal.
Are you serious? It is. Is it really actually?
Yes.
Choose you.
Ensnaring strike activate. All right.
You have to like.
So you see Lythar kind of pull his bow back, and you see sort of green tendrils kind of work its way from the knock all the way to the tip. And Lythar, if you want to do that, you could say ensnaring strike activate, but say it in Elvish so it sounds cooler.
Yeah, let's do this. I'll say it in Elvish.
All right.
Instead of
but in the same pitch.
okay. I can't say it in Elvish, but
Does anybody else speak Elvish just real quick?
I do.
Okay.
I
So,
don't think I do either.
so Robbie will hear ensnaring strike activate. And it'll sound badass to everyone else though. He just say.
Robbie does not react to it. I'm reacting to it, but Robbie doesn't.
okay.
Oh, sorry, are you gonna throw me under the bus? Like
I was waiting for Robbie to be like Eldritch Blast active.
Oh, there is vocal to it. Oh.
Shit.
Oh,
Yep,
no.
canon now.
Anyway, great. So Thalia just kind of bang. You got a 12.
Yeah.
So you get a of the 16 panels, instead of having just one retract, you actually pull out an entire square of 4. So it's a bigger peephole than you were probably intending. But into that room is pretty much darkness. There's a little bit of glow coming from Robbie's arm and Lythar's bow, and the luminescent glow from the moss that Ergen used on the hallway. But other than that, there's not a lot of light going into the room.
Does anyone in our party know the spell light?
I do.
Could you?
I also know.
Could you cast it on this shovel here? And I'm gonna huck the shovel into the room.
Where'd you get the shovel?
I don't know. I have it. I have a shovel. I don't have an iron pot anymore, but I don't know how to get rid of it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so that's like a camp.
With dark vision, is there something in the room that I can see to cast light on?
There is the remnants of the cradle that Robbie was in. Let me see what the range on light is. I think is light a touch spell.
It's either 30
Light?
or 60.
Oh, it isn't.
Touch, and the light is in a 20-foot radius.
Can I
Oh, yeah.
can I use magical tinkering to put light on the shovel?
I'm just holding the shovel.
Oh, it's only 5 feet.
I'm gonna.
Someone touch my shovel.
So if you
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
to
come on,
cast
touch
light,
the
if you
shovel.
wanted to cast light on the shovel, that would work. You could also, there is still a magically alarmed rooster standing on the floor.
Just toss it. Yeah, I'm gonna use magical tinkering to put light on it, on the shovel. So
on
we
the
can throw
shovel?
it. Yeah.
That's only 5 feet radius.
I mean, it's something.
Yeah, this will be. It's like gonna be a little circle.
I mean,
Games
Just
when you're
aim
in the
for,
cave.
It has a
aim
20
for where he
foot
was.
But light is a 20-foot radius.
I am gonna
I thought she had to,
completely
like,
interject and
mind.
say your magical quibbles are not worth our time. I'm gonna light a torch. I'm gonna like spear it through this little hole.
Okay. So the little hole is still like 2.5 feet. Like it's a 2.5 foot square. Like it's not necessarily little. And Lemmy just pushes his way to the front. Lights. Are you gonna light the torch off your tinderbox, or you're just gonna like breathe onto it?
I'm just gonna give it a
Spit on
As a
it.
dragon does, and just huck this torch in, and the torch spirals end over end, and it flies through the room and it misses the cradle and just flies until it hits the back wall and it lands on the floor. What's the light range of a torch? Look at me. What a professional DM. 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim light. So in the 40-foot circle around it, you don't see anything. And from Thalia, you have dark vision?
Mm-hmm.
That gives you enough light to see the rest of the room. There's nothing in this room except Robbie's cradle.
Okay. I don't think anyone's in there. I don't think your friend's in there anymore.
Can you?
Like-
Are you sure?
Did he know invisibility?
Not that I remember.
No, he was just zappy. He just kind of put his hammer in things and it went.
Can you open the rest of the door? Or do I have to crawl through this little hole?
I can open it. Do you want me to open it?
Yeah, sure.
I say we open the door. We open the door.
All right. I open the door.
Okay. Door like retracts and slides open. And yeah, you don't see anything. You don't see a metal dwarf anywhere in this room.
From the doorway, we don't see anything?
Correct.
I will go
Wait.
in the room and look.
Okay.
I still have my bow cocked to look over at Lamy. Want to see if its staring strike works now?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Do I really want to shoot this dude?
I don't know. That's up to you.
As soon as you shoot him, something's going to happen.
If I were to like say like
I
I
dare
purposely
you
shoot
to.
him like in the armor, but with the effects of its snaring strike,
He's got a tower shield. He could put the tower shield in front of you.
Well, if I hit him, ow.
I bet you 10 gold.
Hold on.
You cannot bind me in place.
Well, if it hits your shield, could it bind him in place, or does it have
You
to be like
won't hurt me. I guarantee it.
You're not answering my question. That's not. I'm trying to.
So if you shoot him in the shield, the tendrils will reach out and wrap him
To the shield, then he can go sledding.
He can't, because if you directly hit the shield, technically you're not breaking AC
So
because
it's
you're
not-
hitting his armor. You would have to like
Yeah.
you're trying to shoot him in the chest with a long bow.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm. This is stupid. So I'm gonna look.
You could also because you could also, it's any weapon attack, so you could also like whack him with your short sword and see if you hold him down.
Yeah, but he's probably got a high armor.
He can also choose to fail the can you fail armor class? I know you can choose to fail checks, but I don't know if you can fail armor class, or like if you can intentionally take the hit.
I don't think you can.
You could try. I guess it'd be like trying to dodge it or block it. Yeah, I'll say you can choose to take the hit. We'll make this canon. If you choose to, you can take the hit from either a friendly or enemy attack moving forward. So if you want this,
What do you bet, Lamy?
10 gold, he won't ensnare me.
All right, get over here.
Am I in the room at this point?
you are currently the only one in the room, but there is a glowy shovel in front of you.
Oh, my shovel's glowy?
Yeah, absolutely. She cast light on it.
Oh, she did?
There was like a 6-minute conversation about that.
I know, but I didn't think anyone ever touched it. That's why I was like, touch my shovel. And I didn't think, oh, Rachel died.
Wow. See, that's why you don't say touch your shovel when there's a lady.
Right? So I'm gonna start walking around the room and waving the shovel above my head so I can attempt to see while all this is happening.
Okay. Does anyone else want to go in the room with Ronan?
I'm still pointing my arm at the room, but standing still for a minute.
Okay.
Wait, if I ensnare him outside, and stuff goes down.
This is what I was saying.
I'm gonna look at Lami and I'm gonna say, "This is not the time for this," but I will show you later.
I'm gonna kind of like side mouth over to him. Wimp. Got a big old bitch.
It's also a concentration spell, so you can end it. You can choose to end the concentration.
And not lose a spell.
You
Or
will
what I s-
still will lose a spell slot. Is a first level spell.
You know what? Screw it. Get over here, dragon.
I would-
If someone attacks us out there, you could die.
I'm gonna stand in front of him.
Can I cancel it after I've cast it on somebody? Like,
So you'll cast it, you'll hit with a weapon, the strike will go off and ensnare him.
If it
And
works.
If you hit, or if he chooses to fail the attack to get ensnared, you can then break concentration and end the spell, or he can try to Hulk his way out of it.
okay. Yeah, I'll do it. Screw it. Let's go.
So you're going to attack him.
I'm gonna take both my short swords out. Short swords.
There you go.
I said that twice. in a
Siblings are
row.
hard.
Sword swords.
Sword shorts.
Short George.
My sword.
Take two short swords out, and I'm gonna do like all these fancy twists, and I'm gonna roll, and then I'm just gonna like, oh, I should have done that. Ow.
Okay.
Oh, that sound effect.
Don't
So
do
you're
that
gonna whack him in the chest with that.
Just like the hilt. Oh, fuck.
You okay?
Oh. I don't know what I did. That hurt. That wasn't the same as like sucking through a straw, but
Okay.
Ew.
Lami, are you gonna block, or are you just gonna take the hit?
I'm gonna block it.
Okay. You bastard. All right, so Lythar, make an attack roll.
so that's a hit. It's a
It's a D20 plus your dex.
D20 it'll be D20 plus 7. And you can attack you can attack
I have
twice.
2 rolls.
You can attack twice, or you do have a point of inspiration you're sitting on. If you really want to prove a point, you can give yourself advantage on this attack roll.
God.
I'm an enabler.
Wait, so normal without advantage would just be like first roll would be bonus. My second because it
Second roll would just be plus 5 with your second. Or no, you would be just plus 2. So your first attack is plus 7, your second attack is plus 2.
Can't hear you, Curtis.
Your first attack would be
Kendrick.
plus.
No, I'm saying how do you see that?
If you attack with both swords, because you have 2-weapon fighting.
Mm.
So if you hit with the first one, will be plus 7. The second one is plus 2 because you don't add your modifier.
Because it's your offhand.
Because it's your offhand,
Right.
you do get proficiency with that weapon still.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'm gonna use my thing of inspiration.
so now you're rolling your first attack at
So-
advantage.
So
Roll.
yeah. So my first roll was a 4 plus 7 is 11,
Mhm.
and then I rolled a 12, which is a plus 2, so that's 14.
So
plus-
if you're at advantage, you're using
Well-
inspiration. So the first roll will be plus 7 again, because you have to hit.
oh,
You're still trying to hit him
so that's like the first roll for the first hit.
for your first.
Okay, so then I got a 12 plus 7, which is 19.
So you hit, God. And I can never remember. It's meet or exceed.
Yep.
So you hit.
Succeed.
I
So
do.
You hit with ensnaring strike. Roll damage, please. Or actually, roll a D. Roll a D4.
Instead of a D6.
Yeah.
Just because
Roll a-
like I'm not really trying to like hurt
thumping
him.
you're thumping him with the hilt. You're proving a point.
I got a 2.
Okay. So yeah.
That's,
Was there a
Let me take-
bonus to that?
that's just damage.
There's normally a +5, but I don't. Do I have
Yeah,
to use that?
you don't if you're using the hilt, you're just kind of like
Literally just like
thumping him with it. Yeah.
yeah.
I want to try and Hulk my way out of that.
Okay.
Could you let it happen first? Jeez.
So you hit and you like Lythar, you come up into this roll and you just bam and you catch him right with the hilt of your short sword, and this tangle of vines and roots just spurl out from this thing and wrap around Lamy and kind of lock him in place. They kind of pin his arms to his side and kind of pull him in this kind of thorny cocoon. And there's these nice
he's
little
a thorny dragon.
there's a couple of like little blossoms and stuff. It's actually very nice. It's very cute. And so Lamy, you need to make a strength saving throw or be
Perfect.
restrained.
That's a 25.
You never said about breaking out. You said I could never ensnare you in the first place. I ensnared you.
Did I break out?
Hey, yo,
But I ensnared you.
what's your hang on, I need to confirm. Yeah, no, that the save DC was on the significantly less than 20 whatever you rolled. So the vines kind of come up and they start wrap him up, and you see Lamy just like roll his shoulders back and just like pop out of these vines, and they just kind of fall to the ground around him.
This spell sucks, man. First the bugbear got a nat 20. Now the dragon asshole breaks out of it.
The dragon also has the highest strength in the party,
What's his strength?
20, and he gets a +1 on his saving throw because of the ring he just got.
Mine's 20.
But I get +6. You get +5.
Yeah, he gets a
So-
+1 on the saves, and he's not even proficient in strength saves. I hate this. Anyway, so the dudes and ladies in the room, now that this dick waving contest has happened behind you,
I think am I the only one in the room right now waving my
Robbie's
shovel
walking
of
in the
destiny
door.
around?
I'm gonna. I'm also gonna enter the room, and I'm gonna.
Okay.
Aren't we in the room? Where am I?
You guys are still in like the stairway.
No, I'm going down.
I'll say I'm just not going to say anything to Lamy. I'm just going to walk right into the doorway.
I'm going to look over at Lythar because I'm kind of walking next to him. I'm going to say, you see, if I can get out of it, so can a tiny metal man.
I like look in my coin purse and I just go throw it over my shoulder to his hand and give him the 10 gold we bet.
Do your math on your character sheets. Keep track of that shit.
And I made money.
So yeah, Rachel.
Where is
basically-
that under items?
Equipment.
Yes, equipment. Yeah, Rachel. Basically, all you missed is
A dick
the
contest.
absolute dick waving contest of an ensnaring strike versus a 20 strength paladin. You can guess how that ended. So as you guys are walking in the room, the airflow is back. It's less. You are feeling that airflow again now that the door is open.
Can I tell where the air is coming from? Or
It's
be
coming from the door.
being directed to.
Give me a perception check. If anybody wants to help him.
Help would be
I'll give-
appreciated.
I'll give him a help. I'll give him some help.
I just realized I wasted my point of inspiration on that dick.
Nat 20.
To be fair,
Thank you,
Kendrick,
Maury.
it would have been the greatest flex ever if you had actually done it. And that's what we're here to prove a point. And now you can get a new point of inspiration.
I should have asked to see that roll, the clarification. Should
So Ronan, as you're walking around, you're feeling this breeze, and you feel like the air around you is moving. And as you walk up to the far wall, where the last time you saw Kor's body, Kor's robot form, all of a sudden you feel the wind, instead of swirling around the room, you feel it moving past your legs. And as you look down, you see that there's the geometric layout of these floor tiles is not quite correct in this corner. And one of the tiles in the very, very corner is just a little bit askew and it's not sitting perfectly level like the rest of this room is.
Can I pick up the tile?
Absolutely. It's a little tricky, but you kind of take your shovel and get under the edge.
I see the glowing shovel of
Pop it up.
destiny.
And you kind of pop up a corner and pick it up and pull it. And there is an opening. There is a hole that looks like it's been dug out with somebody's hand, like barehanded. And it leads. There's a small tunnel, and you can hear in the distance, you can hear rushing water.
The
And a
sewers.
Very unpleasant smell comes pouring up into this room. Everybody make a con save.
Con save time. I'm gonna use the other dice.
The dice that just rolled a nat 20 rolled a nat 1. I do have a +5, though. I don't know if that matters.
Thanks.
So
I don't
6,
know.
maybe.
Mike, Robbie, I think you know what, Robbie, you're fine. You don't need to make that roll.
I got 18.
He doesn't breathe.
Excellent.
I got a 19.
18, 19. How'd you do, Thalia?
3.
Okay. How'd you do, Lifar?
12.
We all die from this thing.
In Lami, how'd you do?
15.
And Chris got a nat 1. Our good buddy Ronan. So Ronan, as you move this tile and you go and you poke your head into the hole that came from, you just immediately vomit. You just it's not even like a hole it's literally just you open your mouth and just it's really gross.
All right.
Y'all nasty.
And Thalia is just and turns, and also you can vomit wherever you like, or you can leave the room to vomit somewhere else.
Probably just turn around.
You're just gonna find a nice isolated corner and just
Blech.
fill it up with your hot cocoa that you just had.
Oh no, the hot cocoa.
No, the extra whipped cream.
And everyone else is just whoa, whoa, whoa.
So I don't understand anybody else's reaction. I'm just gonna, my hand slides back out and the glow fades, and I walk right up to this hole, get right down up to it, and very carefully inspect to see if I can find any of the leavings of that metal dwarf.
Give me
A robot finding throw.
give me investigation.
He's a robot. He should be the best at investigation. Is that how that works?
Gladly.
I think you're
Give
thinking
me-
of Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, give me investigation.
Oh, except when I roll shitty. An 11.
So your eyes are you get right down in what is now covered in sick from the Goliath, and there's a lot of sick because there's a lot of Goliath. And so you're looking around, and it looks like this was dug. The dig marks look like hands, but there's no way hands would be able to dig through stone like these did. So there's not a lot of, there's no trace elements. There's no bits of broken metal, this is definitely not normal. It's a safe bet that the metal dwarf dug his way through.
You know, he is a dwarf. He excels at digging holes. And we
Spent
didn't
too much
take
time
any of his
talking about if
digging
he did
tools
this.
away from him.
Hmm.
Am I still vomiting?
You guys are done vomiting. You had a good 10 seconds of hurling.
Were me and Lami the only ones that didn't vomit?
It was only Thalia and Ronan who did barf.
Okay.
Because they rolled less than a 5.
Was it like
Can
a
I-
Family Guy scene?
Can I fit down the hole?
You know how big you are?
I'm
He's
very
big.
big.
He's a lot of dude.
Especially compared to Core.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This hole is pretty big. But it would be tricky to get you through this hole. It would require people pulling and pushing. Because
But it's greased up from my vomit.
Yeah, sure. You wanna? You're technically correct. If you want to attempt to use that as a lubricant, by all means. You're going into a sewers. No one's worried about how you smell.
Would it help if I arm cannoned the hole bigger?
I like this plan.
I'll buy that. I'll buy that for $1. And tell you what, if it works, get a point of inspiration. I like that thought.
Yay.
So yeah, if you want to attempt to blast the hole bigger, by all means.
I would
Starts
love
throwing up
to.
again.
Okay. And as we learned yesterday, we know the AC of stone. So yeah, give me. How'd you do, buddy?
Whew. Well, with my arm cannon, that's a 2 plus. It's a 10 total.
Oh wow!
plus
You got an
8?
bonus.
Jesus.
Holy
He's gonna
cow.
+3 to proficiency bonus. That's why.
So howdy. You have a point of inspiration if you want to use it.
Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and just burn this already.
Fastest
better,
point of
18.
inspiration ever.
Okay. So yeah, how do you want to do this? How do you want to kill this stone?
So basically, with those cold eyes, I just look at the size of the Goliath, look down at the hole, look at the Goliath again, point my arm down at it, and just with an almost rhythmic beat, just start blowing 2 chunks at a time out of different parts of it until it is roughly, he'll fit down it with no problem, but it's still going to be like he will fit perfectly in it as a slide.
We've made a Goliath coal shoot.
I'm going to look at Robbie and just give him a solid nod and jump down the hole without conversing with any of my other party.
I follow him.
Excellent.
I'm just gonna. I guess I'm gonna look at everybody else and say, well, they're doing it, and I'm gonna go in too.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna send in Frank first, but I'll go.
Before you jump down, are you going to disarm your chicken, or are you going to leave your chicken on alert? Because
I'll pack up my chicken. I'll rip off
Okay.
his head and stuff him in a bag.
because alarm lasts for is up to a mile.
A mile.
Up to a mile of distance.
Yeah, I'll bring him with me. I'll bring him
Okay.
with me.
Great.
I would like to go find the nearest guard and tell them that they need to. It's the sewers again. And you know the drill. Just start stationing guards somewhere. Ask the mayor. He can do what he wants. But you know, it's the sewers again.
Well, and the dude escaped.
Also, yeah, the dude escaped.
That's the
Not
most
important.
important.
Into
the
the
most
sewers.
important part.
The guard-
You're just like, yeah, the sewer.
So the guard that like was stationed by the door, once he's done gagging from the smell, he's like, "Yeah, sewers. Yep. Yeah, no, totally sure." He got away.
Yeah.
Shit.
Literally.
1 second, and he turns and books it over to the captain, and he's like, "Blah blah blah," and you hear, "No, sewers. Blah, blah, blah. Also, we escaped." And then the guard turns and runs back to you, and the captain just goes, "Son of a bitch, those goddamn sewers again." Ugh, and he turns and goes, he's like, "Wait, he got away?" "We're talking later." And he goes, and the guard captain goes to the mayor, and they have a conversation. And you see the mayor just like take a bundle of papers and slam them on the table, and you just hear, "The sewers again!" Wait, he got away? And Ergen is just sitting there, just like, at this point, he's pulled out a knife and is like, you know, cleaning out under his nails because he's just bored. And he's like, and when he hears he got away, Ergen like perks up, and Ergen comes over to you, Thalia, at the top of the stairs, and he goes, I'll start putting people at the sewer entrances. They'll be a little less conspicuous than the shinies over here.
Thank you.
And the clankers.
We'll figure it out. But good luck, and don't die down there. It'll be really awkward tea time conversation next Wednesday if you're not there for tea.
Well, it's gonna be awkward anyway. We have to talk about the sewers again.
Yeah. Sewers again. And he turns and he walks out of the room.
DM, I have a slight off-topic question.
Yes.
Being that I could wear armor, but it really doesn't help me, could I get something that does not affect my armor class to wear on my head?
I feel like you're like a hat.
Kind of like a hat, but it kind of looks like armor. I want a big blue plume.
You'll have-
Or like a wolf head on my head, like the hunter cloak from D1. One of those two things. And I just had
I
to
thought you were gonna
ask
say
you
an
about
iron
it.
pan.
And what?
He got rid of the iron pot, actually. That would have made him.
Oh, that's in the room. I should have grabbed it before I jumped on the
You
sewers.
could ask, Thalia, do you want to grab the iron pot on your way down? Because you see the iron pot in the corner.
I just kind of look at it, and I look at the hole. Yeah, I grabbed the pot.
So is everyone going down this hole?
I'm in the
Yeah.
hole.
Grudgingly.
I'm already down.
Great. So you guys, this is where my drawing skills will be challenged.
Do it in MS Paint.
No, well, maybe. Well, I'll map out the sewers. So you guys punched through on a long sweeping curve. And this tunnel has drilled its way down into this. It's not deep sewage, as sewage goes. It's like ankle to mid calf, depending on where you stand. And there's walkways on either side of these sewers. They're not huge. They're about 6 feet tall. So Ronan's gonna have to crouch from on these walkways.
I'm going to say sneak mode activate and crouch down a little bit.
Are you saying that in giant or in common?
In giant. So it's just really loud and really long.
As soon as I hit the water, my symbol will glow again, and I scoop up a little bit of the sewage water, and armor of Agathis.
Right. And that's one of the spells I don't have access to. So give me a second.
You just smear poop on yourself and it
A
gives
cup
you a buff
of
to your
really
armor?
gross poopy water. So yeah, you like
He was
When-
born in it.
Robbie, when you cast this, like, yeah, you technically had all the components, and you have a faint flashback of doing this with blood in the middle of a battle. You remember, you have this really brief, vivid flashback of using someone's blood to cast this spell. And
Baby shit.
this cold, kind of slimy feeling runs up your arms and just kind of covers you in this kind of cold, slimy feeling. So back to describing the rest of this. Now that Robbie has basically smeared poop on himself. To your right, the hallway kind of curves, at about 50 feet from where you guys are. You see that Thalia sees that there is an intersection there. And then about 50 feet to your right, it curves out of sight. It curves out of sight, kind of going both ways, but to your left, you see to your right, you see the junction. To your left, the hallway just kind of ends. But the shovel is currently glowing as well, still. But Thalia is the only person with dark vision in this instance.
No, I have dark.
Do you? Lythar has dark vision?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
down the one direction, we see an intersection that only goes left and right, and then the opposite direction is just a dead end.
Yes, you see. You don't see. No, you should have dark vision.
Yeah.
You do.
So I definitely
Lythar-
have it. Yeah.
So yeah, Lythar,
I'm an elf,
Lythar
bro.
and Thalia can see it. You guys can't. You guys just see. Everyone else just kind of sees how the hallway is curving in both directions.
Do I happen to remember sewage maps or anything?
Give me a history check.
Oh, wait, they curve? Fuck.
Yeah, they kind of curve out of the.
Which way do
So
they
That's
curve?
a nat one.
There's sewers. The sewers you paid more attention to the sewers under the rest of the city rather than directly under the castle. Because the ones under the castle are a little more secure to prevent people from getting stabbed while they're on the toilet, like
Could
they
I-
did
Oh.
in the revolution a few
Is there
years ago.
any like I know I've never been here, but can I do like investigation or perception or anything just to try to get a feel of what could be
What could be
what
around?
yeah, or like what would be a good way to go?
Give me a perception check. This is not favored terrain for a wood elf, surprisingly.
Yeah. Who would have thought it wouldn't be?
And actually, Thrall, if you also want to make a survival check
I got
with
an 18.
advantage.
Oh wait, perception. I have a bonus, duh. So that's actually +4. So that's 22. So I got 18 + 4 is 22, yeah.
So looking down, this is in the middle of you doing something, so tell me to shut up if you need me. Which direction I'm assuming like we land here, and then I'm envisioning a hallway going like this way, one going like that way. Is that how they go?
A little less aggressive. You're basically on the corner of a 90-degree bend.
Ah, okay.
But it goes to your left and to your right, and to your right they both kind of fade into darkness because you guys can't see it. Thalia and Lythar can. I think does Thrall have dark vision?
I have dark vision because I'm a rock.
I have dark vision.
Oh god. Okay. So apparently Ronan's the only one without dark vision.
I don't think
I don't
Lami
have-
has dark vision.
I don't have dark vision either.
Okay. Oh no. Whatever will we do?
The
You'll
two
have to point
smartest
them.
people of the party.
You have to point them at the murder things. Thrall, what was your wisdom check or your survival check
10,
with advantage?
16.
Okay.
Sorry, with advantage.
Yeah. So, and Lythar, what was yours?
22 perception.
22. So Lythar, you're looking around, and Thrall, you and Thrall are both kind of looking at this thing, and you both see that Lami or Lythar, you see that the muck and a lot of just the detritus of this section of tunnels has been disturbed, going off to your left, down into the darkness where the hallway just kind of keeps going. And Thrall, you see that there are you can kind of pick up footprints on you can see where you're able to see more of the feet, more of the tracking implements, and it looks like someone with dwarven-sized feet and very, very heavy tread came through this way not too long ago.
Is survival under, or is tracking under survival?
Survival / nature.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I was like, wait, why didn't I do that? But never mind.
Yeah, your perception is better than your survival
Better.
anyway.
Yeah. My nature. Yeah, no, yeah, it still is. Yeah.
So yeah, the two of you have kind of spotted tracks heading off to your left.
So I'm gonna look at the group and Thrall. I think
the
we should go
cherries?
left. What?
I'll go
What
left.
cherry?
But you need to take the cherries so we can find you.
Lythar grabs the cherries, eats like 5 at once, and then just looks at Thrall. I'm an elf, you idiot. Of course I like cherries, and just starts walking towards the left.
So
Biggest plot twist.
Absolute power point of inspiration for the fucking power play.
Boom!
The poopy cherries.
Are you T-posing?
No, I just started
as-
walking after I ate it.
as people start to move, my hands glow again, and everybody within 30 feet of me gets +10 to their stealth checks.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's if anybody wants to be sneaky, chasing
I'm gonna-
down this
I'll-
dwarf in the sewers.
I mean, my sneak is already freaking +7, so I'll
Yep.
take a plus. What was that? 10?
10.
Or
+10.
8?
Can
What
I?
did you-
Dang,
What
boy!
did you cast?
Pass without a trace.
Oh, okay.
So I have a glowing shovel.
Invocation.
Can I still like go stealth?
You can ask the person who cast light on the shovel to make it stop glowing, or you can roll at disadvantage.
I guess I'll make the shovel make it not do things. I don't know who cast light on it in the first place.
I think,
believe it was.
I think it was Thalia.
yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think
did
she
I?
ever
Oh,
did.
I think so.
I don't remember doing that. But
I was under the
Oh,
impression
oh.
that someone made the shovel glow when he
That
hucked it
one I
into the
died.
room. Oh no, the torch was in the room, and
Yeah, the
torch
torch
was
was
in
in
the
the
room. Never
Yes.
mind. Disregard, retcon all of that.
Okay.
Oh wait, so there's no light down here?
There is no light in this. However, it is still like you will still make a lot of sound walking, especially because I think at least 2 of you are in heavy armor.
Can I stealth?
You can. You got a +10 to that.
Yeah. But
So
what,
my arm, since being, or my hand, since being down here, I guess I landed next to Ronan, would
Mhm.
have reached out and found him and is just gripping.
okay.
A poopy hand.
So we're putting all the blind people together. This will be great.
All right. The robot
this
can't
is-
see in the dark.
No.
What the fuck?
I feel like I watched Robbie just like stare at the same wall for 3 minutes because he doesn't know what he's looking at.
I'm gonna stare at that
Smack
same
Ronan's
wall.
other arm, take his hand and tug on it.
Alright,
I'm gonna
so
stare at the
I'm
wall.
gonna be holding Thalia's hand, and I'll put my other hand on Robbie's poopy hand that's now on my shoulder. And I'm gonna roll for. Do I roll for stealth or do I just?
Everybody will roll stealth.
All right.
Um,
Plus 10.
I need.
if
I need a
if you
friend, too.
roll,
Ooh.
you all get plus 10.
And our bonus, right?
I think I have disadvantage on stealth check.
So that's a 20
Um,
for me.
So I will because basically you all are moving as a unit. If any of you have disadvantage for like heavy armor and stuff like that, I will remove that.
Who's holding my hand?
I think I should be in the front since I have dark vision.
I'm
Then
still
put a
lost.
blind
I'm like-
person, put someone that has dark vision, put a blind person, then put someone with dark vision.
Can we
The
see
last
like
person's
nothing
someone blind.
at all?
It is
Like
it
a
is-
hand in front of our face, we can't see it.
It is currently in this portion. It is pitch fucking dark.
All right.
I'm still touching
I
a
got
wall.
like a conga line
I'm
here.
just holding a wall. No one has rescued me from the.
Can I jump on Lomi's back and just kind of like be his guide on his shoulders?
I like that idea.
If that's cool with Lami, I'll leave that up to him.
Okay, thank
How do you wanna
Robbie,
do it
because
there,
my
buddy?
stealth roll is insane.
I'm just gonna jump on his shoulders. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna kind of grab your head so I can.
Oh,
hear
this
you.
is gonna go real bad.
Okay, I'm gonna flip out and try and like get this small spider thing off of my back.
Something you're in pitch dark and something just jumped on you. Give me give me both of you give me your preference on a strength or dex check, whichever you
Bad at-
prefer
I'm
to
bad
use.
at all of those.
I'm really worried about Josh's face right now.
I got an 8.
It's an 18 for me.
I don't. Yeah, he'd have to get a 2 to get an 8. So Lami, you feel something jump on your back. You pull it up and grab it, and it feels
Squishy.
small and kind of gooey on the inside. And it sounds vaguely gnomish when you squeeze it. It's like a gnomish squeaky toy.
It's me. Don't freak out. I'm just gonna guide you. Don't worry. I'm just short. I don't want to walk through.
Ouch.
Okay, tiny friend. Never do that again.
Are you gonna put him back?
Hey, I'm gonna put him back on my back.
All right. So let's do a real quick marching order. Who wants to be first?
Me, I got a 36 on my sneak roll.
Jesus Christ.
Well, when you roll a
The
19,
plus 10's really
and you
good.
got plus 10, and then your own bonus is plus 7.
Who wants to follow? Who wants to follow Lythar?
I think we should do dark sight, blind person, dark sight, like at least alternate a little bit.
Okay.
Is that a smart idea?
Well,
group?
Thalia is guiding myself, and I am guiding Robbie. So we're kind of a collective unit.
So
I
I'll
have
guide
a stealth
Lami
disadvantage.
I'll be
and
behind.
Mori.
Does
Lythar.
that still
Or-
apply to anything?
The what?
What?
I have a stealth disadvantage.
Because you are all moving as a group, you're basically all helping each other. So everyone's rolling passive. Like there's no disadvantage
Got it.
or really an advantage. Just because you're just
I'm just
rolling
I'm
as a
just
unit.
freaking baller at sneaking.
So it's Lythar, then Thrall, then who's next?
Probably me and my conga line.
Thalia, Ronan, and Robbie.
With Robbie's poopy hand.
And
Kendrick.
and then Lami.
Was I breathing?
Where's
Yes,
where's
you were.
Frank in this conga line?
Oh no,
forgot about
Frank. He's drowning.
Frank have dark vision?
Rip.
I don't think Frank has dark vision.
I don't think Frank has dark vision either.
You can ride on Frank.
All right. All right.
No, he has dark vision. No, he has dark vision.
Does? Oh
He
my
does have dark vision. Holy shit! This dog can drive. So yeah, if you want to ride on Frank, like that'll be less aggressive.
I'll send Frank to cover the rear. So
Can Frank make noise? Can he like meet Morp and
He's made of metal and can make a whole lot of ruckus.
okay, so if something goes wrong, we'll know.
I don't believe
Bring the ruckus.
I don't believe he can speak.
yeah, he can't speak. But
He speaks Common and Gnomish, or he understands Common and Gnome. So he'll listen to you. He just can't tell you your ideas are bad.
Okay. He's like a Lopez from Red vs. Blue.
Hey.
It's like me amo Senor Lopez.
if Frank actually, if we find out Frank speaks Spanish at the end of all this, I will laugh so
Oh
hard. So anyway, so you guys start moving to your left down the following where those tracks are, and you pass through that 50 feet, and the hallway straightens out, and it's another very long dark hallway, but you can hear movement above you as people are moving through the manor house on their regular business. And this is a fairly long tunnel. Nothing super distracting in this portion of things. So at the end of another 50 feet or so, you come to a X junction.
Oh,
You
what?
come to an intersection
Oh,
of
it's
two
an
pipes.
Extortion.
X junction.
So
Or-
Oh.
there's 3 paths to
like a-
take, and
like a
one we came
plus.
from.
Correct. So if people want to make another stealth / perception check, specifically Thrall and Lythar in the front of the row.
Do we have to do a stealth check again, or do we just kind of have to?
You guys are good for now.
So
You
let's
guys are
just do
moving pretty-
perception.
perception and or nature for the two dudes in front.
Is your nature's better than my nature, right? I have a +3 bonus.
Thrall's rolling survival.
Or survival? My
Lythar, you're rolling perception.
yeah.
I got a 15.
Okay.
I got. Where is it? +4. I got an 11.
Okay. You kind of lose the trail a little bit, and you're not sure which path is correct. You do know that the path immediately to your left is no good. You're seeing water and debris, to put it politely, running down this path. The water's kind of flowing towards you, and then it diverges and goes either straight in front of you or off to your right.
So I'm gonna look at Thrall, and I'm gonna say, "Which way do you think we go? I don't have a good feeling about going left. I think we should go."
You know what? I'll agree with the little elf. Why don't you go right?
The little elf. I'm not that little. I'm tall. I'm just not like giant like these two dingai we have up there.
I
Not
know,
just
Delph. That's
Okay.
no
They're
progress.
behind us.
So you're taking
I said up there as like on the monitor.
you're taking the path to the
Well,
right.
To the well, if I have that point of inspiration, could I use that to re-roll, or is it too late to make that decision?
You can. Actually, I take that back. You can't because I already
I was
gave you
saying-
the answer.
Okay.
But if you're like, huh, I rolled an 11 and I want to do better, then burn it. So you have to. You can do it after you roll, but before I tell you the result.
What did Thrall get? His
13,
roll.
but I wasn't rolling the same thing.
He was rolling. He was rolling survival. Did
Which what
Well,
does that
that's
tell
15.
us?
actually? Did
That's
you
my
did you
plus
roll
two.
at advantage? Did you roll at advantage, Thrall?
No, I did not.
Yes. Please roll at advantage. You are tracking people down.
That's a nat 20 right there.
That is a natural 20.
Hey!
The path to the right
To the right.
is the correct. Like there's a couple of pieces of things that are just out of whack enough that the right seems to be the correct way to go.
I was waiting for you to be like, the right path is not the right way. And
The
after
right
all,
path
just
is
look at
the
me
right
and go,
path
you know
is
what?
death.
I just thought about it for a second. Oh, we're going that way. All right, cool.
So as you guys,
Is this a 90-degree angle?
this is a direct 90-degree turn.
Okay.
And the sort of stream of unmentionables is moving a little faster now. And you're starting to see rats and a few pieces of sewer life floating around, and things are starting to be a little more lively as you're working your way down this hallway. And as you go down this hallway, this one is about 100 feet of just straight shot straight down this hallway. There's a few smaller pipes that are pouring water and stuff into here, and that's adding to the communal flow through this. And at the end of that 100 feet tunnel, there comes another T-junction. There's another T-split.
90 degrees both ways?
90 degree left, right. This is
So same thing, perception, survival check.
perception for you, survival at advantage
Yeah.
for Thrall.
Are they allowed to help us with these rolls at all?
Only people with dark vision can, and right now
We got Mori and
they're further back. This is like, these are not big tunnels.
okay.
So basically, like if the two of you wanted to, if you asked Thrall for help, he can give you help, and then you can roll at advantage.
But he's no, it's fine. Ooh, I should have said that. We should have done. But I'm gonna use my. Well, what did you get, Brandon? Thrall, what did you get?
For the what?
Survival check.
It was a nat. That was a nat 20.
No,
Another one?
We're rolling again.
Oh, we're rolling again.
We're at a T section.
I got.
Pay attention,
a-
boy. Stop drinking all that
17.
G Fuel.
I'm not. I'm just. Sick.
Right.
No, you're good.
I got 17.
All right.
Okay.
I got +4. And I'm not going to waste my inspiration because he got a 17. That's pretty okay.
Okay. What'd you get, Blyther?
I got an 8.
Okay.
I'm not using my point of inspiration.
This tunnel looks like Thrall, you've kind of got the feel that the water here splits 50-50. But you catch a couple of trails and you actually see a piece of stone that looks like it is like finger marks in it from where someone like pulled on it. Someone very strong pulled on it and damaged the stone and left indents like a hand in this. And so you take point and keep going.
I'm listening. I'm just getting my ice pack.
No, you're
sorry.
good. So you turn to your right and follow this path. This is another fairly long chute. This one has a couple of twists and turns, but doesn't really vary from this direction it's taken.
How many feet would you say this was?
This one's probably, with the curves, is about 120 feet. And as you get towards the last bit of this, you start to see some sort of light coming through towards the end of the tunnel. And for those of you without dark vision, this is the first thing you've actually been able to see pretty much the entire time you've been down here.
I can see with my eyeballs.
Yes, both of them, in fact.
I'm gonna
And-
take the gnome off of my shoulder.
I will pick the gnome up and put him on my shoulders so he doesn't have to walk in the poop.
The gnome is like four. The gnome is like 4 people behind you.
Oh.
That's gonna be a lot of reaching.
I'm sad.
Also, you're already like stupid.
How
right?
deep is the
Like,
poop? Because
True.
like
So the rivulet in the center, it was like ankle to mid calf. Here it's starting to flow a little faster, and it looks like it would come up to your knees if you started slogging through it.
but what about for the gnome?
The gnome would be about waist to chest, like right around like the belly button area.
Keep your mouth closed.
Yeah, can you hand me to Frank, please?
Oh, Frank. How tall is Frank?
Frank's like what, 5'6".
Yeah, he's average.
Frank's like a pretty average height. So
I'm just gonna jump on Frank's
yeah,
shoulders.
Frank will kind of pick you up and park you in a comfortable position for you and just keep on trudging. And as you come to the end of this long poopy hallway, it opens up into basically a cistern where several different large sewer pipes have just been pour in together and then flow out of this cistern. This circle is about 80 feet. Like there's grates in the ceiling that are letting sunlight through. It's actually kind of idyllic and peaceful once you're nose blind to it. There's lots of growth and vegetation, a lot of mosses, a couple of viney things kind of crawling up and reaching up into that sunlight. And yeah, the water's brown, but if you can pretend to not see the poop, it's kind of nice.
So there's like
Again.
80 ways into this place?
It's an 80-foot circle, and there are 6 sewer pipes the same size as the one you came out, counting the one you came out of. So there are 5 other pipes, one directly across from you, 2, 3. So if this is a clock, you just came out of 6 o'clock on this in this circle. If the circle is a clock face, you came out at 6 o'clock. There's one at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 11 o'clock. If that makes sense.
Makes sense
So we
to
came
me.
out. I had us coming out at 3 o'clock. Oops. We'll just
I'll
turn
show
the
you-
map.
I will show you my map.
Was Lathar dropping cherries on the ground so we could?
Hey,
figure
that
out where
kind of
to go?
looks like my map.
Perfect.
Except
Glad.
mine's
I'm glad you're drawing a map in perfect darkness. But yeah, so there is a central there's a central island in the middle of this thing that looks like it's got some it looks like a place where things will both wash up onto it, and at some point apparently enough seeds landed here that things began to grow in this
In the poop
mess of
drain.
things. And so there's a large pile of plants and other such vegetation growing on the central island. Give me, what's everybody's passive perceptions?
11.
10.
14.
10.
Okay.
10.
So it looks like something has been through that central island. Like just from the debris from sort of the the way things have shifted, there looks like there's a lot of broken down vegetation in the center of this, the stuff that's been like pushed through with branches and things. So it looks like the trail leads directly to the central island.
That's my parents' camp.
I guess Central Island we go.
Central Island.
You guys
think
can. You guys can.
Us.
Yeah, you guys can. Are you all still stealthing?
Yes.
How long does your spell last, Robbie?
1 hour.
How long has it been, DM sir?
It's been 15-ish minutes. Regular walking speed is like 30 feet. Yeah, maybe less than that. It's been probably like 10 minutes. Walking a little slowly because you don't want to fall into the poop.
We have light now, you said?
Yes, there's
Okay.
light enough to see. There's a good amount of light. This entire chamber is pretty well lit. So everyone give me another stealth check now that the light has changed.
Is that still plus 10?
It is still plus 10.
That's
Not
handy.
one from me.
22.
21.
28.
30.
14.
14 for me as well.
Okay. So everyone's kind of starting to spread out, and like there's enough room on these little inlets and also the center island for everybody to spread out. Unfortunately, as Thalia is making the crossing to the center island, her foot slips on the brick and she takes a real quick loud splash into the poopy water of the sewers.
Oh
Ew.
no.
Ew, 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 ew.
Ew.
Luckily, all of your books and things.
I was about to say I hold the books over.
Yeah, all of your writing materials actually seem to have made it intact. You've weatherproofed most of your pockets, and so like there's no
poo on me.
you'll never get the smell out of anything you own ever again. But there's no poop on the books.
There's
I'm
no
gonna make
poop
a
on the
note to
books.
myself to learn
That's so
prestidigitation.
dirty.
Learn Presty. Because you know the Brotherhood of Books will absolutely lose their shit, and you'll never be allowed in if you got poop on one of their books.
This is a. Is it? Because I think this was a thing.
Ah.
Yo.
What?
Sorry, my mic was moved. I'm icing my face. I'm sorry.
There you go. What's up?
I think this was a thing in DDO, which isn't completely accurate. But in Dungeons like holy shit, D&D, like say since my skill, like my stealth is like uber high, can you like train party members like to increase their stats? Not in, like in the middle of
We can
situation.
have a Rocky Balboa montage for an episode.
Yeah.
It's not quite like Skyrim where you can just like pay somebody and
Right.
level up your one-handed.
I trained my heavy armor by
There
rubber
are-
banding my
I
left
like
trigger.
I
with
like
a
the
shield.
idea of a
a
Rocky
horker.
montage.
That may happen. You may get items that will do that.
Oh, okay, cool. I
But-
was just curious. Sorry.
But definitely not a right now kind of thing.
Well, not right now.
So with that super loud splash, everyone give me perception checks. Bubba, what are you doing, buddy?
It's a nat 1.
Oh boy.
I'm not rolling great tonight, boys.
boy.
I got a
We've had
15.
what, 2 20s and like 3 1s?
That's
I've-
a nat 20.
Hey!
Uh,
I was
4
about to
for
put
me.
some dice
Just 4.
Just 4. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Louis is loose.
Nat 20, so you
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
wait.
Nat 20, I'm out.
I'm out for the rest of the game.
Fuck you. How did you do? So we have a 20 for Thalia, a 1 for Ronan, a 4 for Lami.
I am
How'd you
in
do,
a sewer.
Lythar?
What are we rolling for? Sorry, I keep
Just straight perception.
sorry, I
11
keep
perception.
moving my
11 for Robbie.
I got a nat.
And that one.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
High
Y'all are
five.
blind today.
I got a
15.
2.
How'd you do, Marty?
Oh my god. 15.
Okay. How did Frank
I'm
do?
in the poo.
I don't know. Does Frank get a roll?
Yeah.
I don't have any information on Frank. I need to like figure out where that's at.
Hang on. Let me get you Frank's character sheet
Just
or his
build-
monster sheet.
Build a Warforged, then
Oh.
deduct 10 from everything.
No, Frank's actually pretty busted. So
Perception plus 4.
Pat, yeah.
Hmm.
You got a 11.
Okay. So as Thalia like takes her quick little splash in the drink, everyone turns to see her like holding this book out of the water up to her like armpits and poo. And because everyone is looking at her, and Mari, what did you get? 15? Because everyone is looking at her, nobody sees what she sees. Mari, you catch a glimpse of something out of the corner of your eye. But Thalia, you see the big pile of vegetation start to move.
It's a lion turtle.
Like all of it, or
Like branches start moving in conflicting directions and moving like they're reaching out towards the towards you.
can I cast Shatter on it?
What if it's
that is-
friendly?
that is a hell of a reaction.
Wait, what spell?
I will count that as a surprise round. And
What
Fuck
spell
it.
is this?
she's casting
Shatter?
Shatter.
Oh, like shatter, like
Yeah.
Like fuck everything in
like
the circle.
you're gonna obliterate a cute little rabbit, possibly.
I'm very angry that I am.
covered in
So
Dusty.
I will say
Fair enough.
this is much bigger than a rabbit. This is some
Is it the
kind
rabbit
of-
from the
Monty
Holy
Python?
Grail? Yeah.
No. The killer rabbit is a CR 15, and I'm not putting you guys against that just yet.
No
So this center platform is about 30 feet across, and you guys are all kind of gathered on the south shore. So yeah, your shatter is a-okay to do what it wants to do. Let me double check what shatter does. I should learn to read.
It's 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save or half.
On a con save.
Creature made. It's DC 15.
DC 15. Great.
Creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw.
Okay. So roll damage for me.
I think this is my. Nope, that's not a D8. There it is. Okay, 3d8. 6, 10, 13. Do I add anything to that?
I don't believe so. I think it's just
Okay.
that damage.
Then 13.
13. So, how do you cast your spells? As a
Remember, you have to hold the books above the poopy
are
water.
you singing or do you use the books? Like what is your spellcasting focus? You could actually, yeah, as a bard, you could probably sing it. That might work
I'm
if
going
you
to
felt like
sing
it.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna be holding up the books and go, I hate my life, I hate my life. Oh, hey, get out of here.
And so you hear Thalia be like, I hate my life. And you just hear this thunderous crack behind you. And it's basically the sound of a metal mosh pit screaming, life! It just really kind of hardcore. It's like being at a Slayer concert. And you said 13?
Yes.
Okay. Do. real quick maths here. And so you see the stone of this central cistern that you're standing on kind of crack a little bit and hollow out into this bowl shape from your shatter, and all of the plant life starts to twitch and shake and starts moving towards everyone again.
Oh.
Everybody roll initiative, please.
Okay. I'm terrified.
I didn't know you were a paladin of conquest yet.
Oh, nat 20, baby.
Hey.
I went
Alright.
from a nat 1 to a nat 20.
All right. Give me. Lythar, you had 20?
Nat 20.
Did anyone have higher than that?
I had a 20
Well,
as well.
it's a nat 20, isn't it? Isn't
Nat 20, and then you add your modifier to it, so you're still at
so 20.
25. Whoops. Yeah, unfortunately, nat 20 does not do a whole lot for you in the initiative roll.
Oh, okay.
As I discovered when I was like, nat 20 against the dragon, and it's like, yeah, the monk is still going first.
You still lose.
I still lose to the monk. Then I got acid breath. I'm not bitter. I remember this, Mike.
Mhm.
I'll be back for you.
Hey, I didn't kill you.
Flesh
didn't, I appreciate
golems.
that. Yeah, no, there will be flesh golems again. Bubba, what do you want? All right, so
I just see your chair just move.
Bubba's all
Mirror.
okay. So Thalia, Lythar, Thalia, who was next after the 20?
19.
Ronan.
And then I got an 18.
Oh.
Mari/Frank, because Frank immediately follows you in the initiative order. Who is closest after the 18?
I'm at 15.
How'd you do, Thrall?
4.
4. Yikes. Where's Robbie end up in this list?
10.
Robbie. All right. Lythar, you're up.
Uh-oh.
Is it still just a bush, or do we know?
It looks like a bush. You can try to make a check and figure out what it is.
It's
A
an
check,
angry
a check doesn't
So,
cost
like-
like your action, correct?
I don't believe so. Checks to identify monster. Depends on.
Is that a TIE fighter? Or is that an
Vader's tech.
interceptor? Ah, Vader. Okay.
Nice.
Mike's a bit of a nerd. So yeah, Lythar, if you wanted to make a nature check to figure out what the hell this thing is, or if there's something in the plants, then I would let you.
I could do that and still attack.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna do nature check. Got a 19 plus 3, 22.
So you know that there are creatures that will, especially in swamps and places like that, where the vegetation itself can be guided towards sentience, and become
sentience. Huh?
like it can think on its own, and
Oh,
basically, if enough of the right plant gets together, it becomes a predator. It's a little opportunistic, but they will like track down and be.
so there's literally like a plant attacking us.
Yeah, pretty much. This looks like something you've seen before.
Yeah.
Called a shambling mound. You've never heard of any of them living in the sewers anywhere.
So like, How far away am I? Ow, fuck, from this thing?
Definitely
You're
within
about-
longbow range.
You're within longbow range. Absolutely. You're
Alright,
about
let's
30 feet.
Bust out Old Faithful. Well, the
Uh-huh.
only reason why I ever ask is because I don't want to be too close.
Mhm. Yeah. No. If
So-
so right now you're on the edge of this cistern. You're on the edge of the circle. You can hop back over to the tunnel you came from and take shots at it from a little further away if you wanted to.
Would that make any difference?
It'll
Make it so it
keep you
can't get
out.
to you.
It'll keep you out of slapping range.
Yes. Alright, so I'm gonna do a backflip.
Ooh.
Okay. Roll
Risking-
acrobatic. I need an
ri-
acrobatics check.
Wait, am I rolling over the poop?
Yes.
Yes. If you want a backflip, that's an acrobatics check.
I don't want to. Oh no! Wait, I gotta jump
dex.
over the.
It's dex, dude. You
Oh,
get
wait.
a +5. I think you'll be fine. You have inspiration as well if you really want to remain poop free.
Oh, I was looking for my dice. Silly, I don't. Oh.
Things we do
I
to remain
got-
poop free in this world.
Very many things.
All right.
Just over
I
here
got-
trying to get an Oreo.
This math. 11 plus 5, so 16.
Yeah, it's just like you see this thing and you see the crater that Thalia made, and you just without reflex, you're just like, cool, I could do this, right? And you just kind of backflip and clear the gap. And if you wanted to knock an arrow so you could draw it when you landed, yeah, like a
Yeah,
cool
like-
kid.
As I'm like going backwards, as I land, kabang! And fun
Give me
fact,
that sweet
my
attack roll.
my bonus is +9, but I wrote this down because Maury gave me that turning shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually +10.
+10.
So
Dang.
Give me that attack
Yeah,
roll.
I rolled a 12 +10 is 22. So I'm assuming that hits.
22. That hits. Roll damage for me. And don't forget you get a +1 as well.
What?
You get a +1 to damage as well. With
That says
with
1d8
Mars.
+ 5.
Yes,
Oh,
so it'll
it's
be
one-
+6
oh.
because of Mari's enchantment.
That's what. So, no. Yeah.
Look at the mouth of my little water bottle.
So
just
I got
like-
a 5 + 6. That's
5 + 6
like a
will be
fish.
11. Okay. So yeah, you land and you get a good clean shot at this thing, and it just flies right into the thickets, and you hear it thunk into something heavy or hard and wooden, and you see branches and everything kind of curl in on itself before reaching back out towards the group. Thalia, what would you like to do?
For my movement, can I please get out of the poop and back onto?
Do you want to go in that center cistern, or do you want to pull back to where Lythar is?
I want to pull back.
I really wish as I did my backflip, I looked down at her and said, "Read a book," as I landed.
Maybe next time, reading Rainbow. So yeah, you can climb out of the poop.
Yay.
And so now you're about yeah.
How
you're
far away?
probably-
Sorry.
It's about 30 feet. You're just
All right.
I'd say
That's
yeah,
fine.
30,
That's
yeah,
fine.
30, 35.
Vicious mockery.
Okay. What terribly rude thing are you going to say to this plant?
I'm gonna look at my new companion and go, and just kind of turn back and go, read a book.
Oh,
Wait,
I
you're
love
saying this to me or the bush?
it. To the bush.
Okay, I was like,
Oh.
No, I'm just gonna take your insult and use.
But
that's a good thing to tell a bush, man. They can't read.
where the hell is vicious? Why can't I find
Read a
vicious
book.
mockery?
Vicious mockery. It's a cantrip.
Am I just blind?
Yes.
There
If
it
the
is.
target can hear you, though it need not understand you, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Is
And
the
it
plant smart?
has
All plants are smart, Chris.
It's sentient.
That's a question I never thought I'd have to look at.
That's a good goal.
So you're like, read a book, and it doesn't react in any noticeable way. It is continuing to reach for the closer companions.
I'm gonna say your insult sucks, and then as my bonus action,
Okay.
I will bardic inspiration.
Okay.
And
Who are you going to inspire?
Ronan, because I know he's right off.
Hey.
Hey.
And I'm just gonna look at him and say, okay, all those stories you told me a while ago, prove them. Go.
That's inspiring.
You that is I need that as a GIF so badly. That's inspiring. So Ronan, your newly inspired self is up and ready to go.
I would like to rage.
Oh god.
If I had the T-shirt, I would just be like,
I have to pay $12 to
rage.
put it in my merch store. I'm
"How
very
much does
torn.
it cost to buy it?"
God, like $25 is the cheapest
I
I
will-
can make it.
Well, I'll buy one as soon as you post it, and then you don't have to worry about putting it in.
Deal.
I'll
I
do-
might.
But- Let's try to work together on some logos. If you
Yeah, I'm game.
All right.
Oh, I have to
Da,
roll a
da, da.
D8.
Yeah,
What do
roll
D8
it.
look like?
They're the
Like that
diamonds.
one?
What's he gonna do today?
I got a 4. I have no idea what that does. I don't think I've done that before.
So as you what weapon are you using right now?
The big ass javelin.
All right. So you ready this javelin sort of in your throwing stance, and you start yelling at this thing in giant. So it's
You're
extra
a
loud.
meanie.
And you feel kind of like you're being covered in. It reminds you of the one time when you were a kid, you went out and you laid in the snow to see how long you could lay in the snow without being called a little bitch by all your friends. And you feel like that. You feel it kind of piling up on you. But you can still move. You're not cold, but you feel like you're a little more resilient. So mechanically, you get +2 to your AC.
Okay.
And whenever a creature within 10 feet of you hits you, they take force damage equal to your Constitution modifier.
All right. I am
So you feel
leaping into the
tanky.
bush.
Okay. If only that's not a t-shirt. Anyway. So
close.
So you leap at this thing. This is a large bush. Like once you kind of get into it, like it's about your size. It's about your size. Like it's fucking chunky. What would you like to do?
Is there anything I can hit?
You can absolutely take a stab at this bush.
I'm gonna take a stab at the bush.
Okay.
All right. So
Sweet attack roll and more dick jokes.
Where's my sheet? Oh boy. So let's see. Big ass javelin. What's the 1d6 plus 8? Does it get a hit
1d6
modifier?
So your hit is still the same. It is still +7. Your damage is 1d6 plus 1d8.
Plus 7.
Yes, to hit.
Okay, so that's 15 plus 7, so a bunch.
So 22.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, great. Where do I put my pen? So you hit. Roll damage for me.
That is a 4, so 12.
The 1d6 plus 1d8.
Oh, do
Plus-
I roll
plus
a
1d8?
d8?
So you
Yes.
roll a d6, a d8, and you will add 7 because it's your
Oh.
strength modifier +2 because you're raging.
Okay.
That's a 4, so 12. Hate that.
So that's a 4 and a 4, and then I
So
add
8 plus 7
plus 7, so
because
15.
it's your strength mod plus 2, so 15.
Okay.
So you do this like big old overhand leap and just stab into this bush, and the same kind of like creaky, groany branches kind of curl in on themselves before they start reaching out towards you again. Math is hard. Amori, you and Frank are up.
All right, so I guess I'm on his shoulders.
Mhm.
Uh,
Suicide gnome.
Gosh. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out what.
Triple
Throw your
backflip
chicken in the bush.
Screw off of the plant. Fucking throw some doo doo at him.
All right, so
Scoop
I'm gonna
up
go-
some poop.
I'm gonna hop off Frank, I guess.
Mhm.
I'm gonna shoot him with my little crossbow guy.
Do you still
I thought you had the big crossbow now. Or no, you got a new one. I thought.
I can't remember. I'm gonna
I
be
don't
Didn't-
see, I do not
I
see
don't
a
have it
crossbow.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, no, I see it. I see your crossbow.
Didn't you get one at that last place we were at? Remember, you looked at it and you put it in your book bag. Or did you get a Thunderblast?
No, I got an envelope saying.
He got an envelope saying you have to come see me.
Yeah.
You have to go to the principal. Okay, so yeah, you'll pull out your crossbow.
It's a 1d8.
So yeah,
I
give
guess
me
I gotta roll.
an attack roll.
Got. Oh God. I need to start memorizing these things so I don't have to flip through so many.
Dex will be +1.
Right, so I got an 18.
18. Yeah, you will hit. Roll damage for me.
Hey.
Are you? Actually, yeah, it'd be plus. Technically, it'd be +3 because of proficiency. But so this will be.
I got a 4.
Okay.
So I think it's 5 damage. And then
So yeah, you kind of drop off of Frank, pull out your crossbow, kind of brace it against you, take a good quick bolt into this thing, and it sails right into the leafy mass of this.
can I use my bonus action to shoot another one? Is that how that works?
I don't think you have an extra.
I guess I have to have another crossbow.
You'd have to be dual wielding crossbows, in which case you're John Woo, and I've misunderstood this character intensely. You can use your bonus action to tell Frank what you want him to do.
Right. Okay, that's how that works.
So you can have Frank. You can tell Frank to go in and punch it if you want to.
So I can tell him to dash to get closer. Is that
So
away
he
is
does.
he?
The monster's within 30 feet.
Okay.
So you can absolutely get Frank in there and get him to punch it.
All right, so I'm going to use my bonus action to dash him towards it, and then I'm going to use Force Empowered Rend for his.
So Frank's gonna run up with his sword and shield, ready to go, because they're always ready to go when they're the only things you have. So give me an attack roll, please.
I got 8 total.
Okay, so he runs in, he's all excited, he's right up next to Ronan, and he takes his sword, he swings, and he like chops off a branch, and nothing really happens. He pruned it real good.
Good. I'm gonna look over at Frank and just give him a nod.
Lami, oh dragony friend, it is your turn.
Who is still in this bush?
So Ronan and Frank are currently standing in front of this bush, like just hacking at it.
I think I know what you're asking, and just go for it. Just do it.
Gosh.
I enjoy that sentence.
Can I move myself so nobody is between the bush and me?
Yes, you can get a direct. You can swing around to the right and get a clear line on this bush.
And nobody's behind the bush either, right?
Correct.
Perfect.
No one
go
that you
for
can
that.
see.
Let's
but,
go for that breath weapon, boy.
That's
Yeah.
2d6 fire.
Yes.
Unless they make the dex save. Oh
But
boy.
it's a
Roll damage for me.
Rolling damage. Nice. That is an 11.
Okay. So you kind of lean back, and you get this jet of flame that shoots out into this thing, and it does that same kind of curling up on itself, but it doesn't burst into flames like you would hope.
Sad.
It definitely did not enjoy that.
Mhm. The poop keeps it from setting on fire.
I think
not
it does.
Speaking of
Whole
poop,
places.
it's turn. Cronin the barbarian. You're like, you count as large, but you're still technically a medium creature, correct?
I only count as large when considering like my carrying capacity, things like that.
And pushing and pulling things.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, this large upset thing,
Oop.
is going to is going to take a quick little thwack at you. It is a wee bit upset.
I mean, I think we all pretty much hit it except for the mean words said to it.
What's your AC there, Ronan?
It would be 17 because of the thing.
Dude, Robbie's just gonna obliterate.
So your
this thing,
AC?
Let's be real.
Yeah.
What's your?
It's 15 plus 2 because of Wild Soul.
Oh yes, because you're tanked up. So that is a 24.
Okay, that will hit.
For the first attack. And the second is a 25.
Will also hit.
We'll do it.
Wait, can I? How do reactions work?
So you,
Because Frank has that deflect attack reaction. If I can just.
Oh, is Frank like a mini paladin?
If he can like heal himself.
it poses. Yes. Okay. So you can have Frank use its deflect to give disadvantage on one of the two attacks. Do you want to?
One of them, but yeah.
One of them? Okay. Let's roll that one again. The second roll was a natural 20.
At least I
But
don't
the
have that.
But the disadvantage,
It takes the lower one.
it takes the lower one. So almost got him. Boy, that would have been rough.
I take half damage.
You are resistant. That is true. Where are my two? There's one.
Where are you resistant to? Poop?
Literally everything when I'm reading,
All
except magic.
non-magical damage.
Is poop magic? Who knows?
Mine is.
And I imagine there are some wizards shitting down here.
That's why it's so
It's a
great.
lot of rolling, Curtis.
You don't
Dude,
know
I just want
anything yet,
Mega Man
Chris.
to come up and boom, Bush is done. Like I know it's I know it's gonna happen. I've seen it.
So with your half damage, you will take 13.
13? I can live with that.
And so you see this thing, it comes up and Frank gets in the way a little bit and it kind of takes a swat at him, and then it comes back with these two just masses of vines, and they just kind of slam into you and start to wrap up, and they basically like engulf you and pull you into the bush.
Alright.
You are blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
Oh,
Gosh.
Actually, and it sorry, the plant. I forgot about the other thing of your wild soul. So what's your con modifier?
+3.
+3. Okay, so it takes. So like it feels like when it hits you, you feel that shielding, that cool shielding, punch back at it, but it just keeps coming, and so it just gets its arms around you and pulls you into this leafy green mass, and you feel leaves and vines like cover your face like a mask.
Robbie. Lydar
And
starts
so
chanting,
it
Robbie.
pulls you in and just like takes. You feel it kind of pulling back away from where Frank is,
Oh, cool.
or where Frank
Wait, so
was.
is there a certain
That's
amount
fine.
of hit points per someone's turn he loses if he can't breathe?
Yeah, how does not breathing work?
Yeah.
You can hold your breath for a number of minutes, I believe, to your Constitution modifier, and then after that, you have to start making Constitution
So
saving throws.
you have 3 minutes to hold your breath.
God, that's like
Damn.
You'll be fine.
27 turns.
That's pretty good.
You've got
Okay.
a little bit of time.
I have very large lungs.
Um,
Also a t-shirt. Just 2 lungs.
cool.
Just
so
Hashtag not DP.
so I believe it is Robbie. It is your turn.
Robbie.
Remember, he is engulfed.
Is he completely engulfed into the bush?
He is in the bush. This bush
I
is
am the
basically
bush.
eating him.
This
shit.
is absolutely fine because hearing the amount of damage that would have done if it wasn't halved, I'm really happy.
It rolled really high.
I'm really happy to make you have to look up and read something else.
Thanks. Great.
So, and I want you to catch me if I'm doing this wrong when I start to do it. I'm going to point my finger directly at it, look at it, and say, "Anomaly detected," and it's going to receive Hexblade's curse.
Uh-huh.
sounds fun.
And for the second point on there, that includes my Eldritch Blast as an attack roll. Yes.
You gain a damage. Proficiency bonus. Curse target. Attack roll.
It's
That
a
was fun.
mystery.
Eldritch Blast is an attack roll, correct?
It says any attack roll, and this is a ranged spell attack.
I will. Yeah, look at all that text.
Alrighty.
I will not look at all.
This is
This
gonna
is
tickle.
now canon.
This is gonna tickle.
I'm just gonna feel really bad if it dies before Thrall gets to hit it.
So after that happens, then the hand, of course, sinks back into the wrist, and I will go ahead and fire my 2 blasts of Eldritch Blast.
Mhm.
And that is
Here comes that sweet Mega Buster.
one of the attacks. Ooh, that's kind of shitty. Is a 12.
Okay. And the other one?
And the other one is a 26.
Oh my.
The second one hits. In case there was any concern.
So it gets bonus damage equal to my proficiency plus my agonizing blast. Cool. This is going to be whatever plus 8. That is 11 points of force damage.
Okay. Okay. Ronan. So you guys see Robbie just like wind up and
Oh, never mind.
take 2 shots into this bush. Ronan, from inside the bush, you feel like you just took 2 punches. And you will take 5 points. Actually, that's reduced, so you take 3. Yeah, you take 3.
Ooh.
You take 3 points of damage.
Oh no.
Robbie, you take 3 points of damage.
Oh God.
Like you get this weird burst of feedback into your hand.
Is that from him?
That is from him.
He takes
He takes half
15
damage.
points of frost damage.
He takes how much?
15 points of frost damage from my Armor of Agathis.
I'm gonna use my half damage thing.
What is happening?
What's
You
it
made a
called?
feedback loop.
There we go. Stone's Endurance. As a reaction, reduce
Kill 'em
damage
both.
dealt to me by 1d12 plus 3.
Hold on.
Let me
I
me double check armor here.
We gotta figure this out.
broken this. Within
The
10
plant
feet.
is
Never
just
mind.
confused.
Never mind. Mike, you do not take that 3 damage back because you are more than 10 feet away.
Sweet.
So
Oh my
I
God,
don't
that
take
was
the
good.
15 points of damage.
You do not take the 15 points of frost
Yeah.
damage.
Alright.
I was super concerned that we just made a feedback loop and just ruined everything. At
How
that
do you
point-
have like armor
That'd be
of
bad.
blank? Is it just because you're warforged? Is
So,
that race
that's a
specific?
spell. That's a spell that he picked up as part of his class.
My apologies. It would have only been a melee attack anyway.
Okay,
That's what sets that off.
I'll say it was like I do this, and then this happens, but then this happens because he did that,
So
and then this.
because Chris he rolled that particular wild magic, he deals force damage when people hit him. But because he got eaten by the bush, he got hit by Mike's Eldritch Blast, and that could have just caused an entire thing, and I don't want it.
Oh,
Thank God somebody actually read the rules and went, we should not do this.
Let's keep this in mind for the future.
Alright.
So Thrall, you are up, my friend. Welcome to the. You're up to bat with your glaive and your plant homicide.
Uh-oh.
Why are we attacking the plant?
Because it attacked Rachel.
It's
Rachel
eating
attacked
Chris
the plant.
right now.
Rachel attacked the plant first, and then Chris went to hug it, and it ate him. What you doing, Scotty?
Was that a different cat?
Yeah, that's Scotty.
Oh,
That's the other
there's
cat.
Bubba and Scotty. You know, Scotty's on fire.
We were gonna change Bubba's name to O'Brien and just really fit the Star Trek engineer motif, but
Does Scotty know?
Scotty does
I
know.
was wondering.
Scotty does
I-
know.
He
He
doesn't
doesn't know.
Anyway, let's move this along because it's almost 11:30, and
Yeah.
I was hoping
Yeah,
to
I
kill
gotta
this
go
thing
to
before we
bed.
go to bed. You guys are doing great, I promise.
Maybe it could just take a nap.
Sleepy plant. Well, you're currently being eaten by it.
Yeah, it's
Um,
fine.
So I didn't
Yeah.
take that force damage, correct?
You did not, correct?
So I don't know he's getting hurt by these hits.
Correct.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's fine.
I guess I'll attack it with my glaive.
Get in there. Okay.
Yeah, just get it right up in there. I'll
Can
probably
he
move
tell
in
that?
within-
Ronan's
Like-
inside it.
You all watched Ronan
Right,
dive
okay.
into and then get consumed by this bush. But so yeah, give me an attack roll, sir.
All right.
19 or 20. Here we come.
Yeah, wait. So, do we automatically hit Ronan every time, or does it kind of depend how our hit roll goes?
If you deal damage to the monster, you will
it automatically.
you will
Oh,
deal damage.
I
But
have
you
a
don't
lot of
know.
health,
But
and
you
I
don't
do
know.
half damage.
you are a giant tank. Yes,
Mhm. Eh,
but
It's a 16.
Probably
16?
break free of it if you
That'll
wanted to.
hit. So roll damage for me, sir. You said 10 damage?
No, it's
Uh,
a D10.
yeah, D10 plus 5.
So yeah, it's 10. I
10?
rolled
Conveniently. So no. Where did I have that stat sheet up? Okay. So you get a good slash into this, kind of cutting through the denser cluster. Chris, take 5 points. Well,
But my
3
armor
points.
class is 17. And he rolled a 16. Does that matter since I'm in it?
You're always in it.
Debates.
Does it work the same as the rug of smothering?
There's a rug of smothering.
We don't talk about the rug of smothering.
It's okay. I tried to kill Do with it the other day. It's fine.
Yeah, I did. It was great.
First rule about the rug of smothering: we don't talk about the rug of smothering.
It works. It works the same. It's the same
So then
concept,
it
yeah.
doesn't matter what its wrapped up armor class is. If you beat its armor class, it just shares the damage.
You're sharing that damage.
Yeah.
You're still hitting it for the full 10. You are just dealing an extra 3 to the guy inside it. And that's after all your reductions, because it's half and then reduced again because you're raging inside. There's an
Okay.
angry Goliath inside this plant.
Chris, if it
Let
comes
me
back
out.
around to me, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Commit. So Lythar, I believe we are back at the top of the order. This whole thing has taken about 6 seconds in real time.
Trying to.
The hungry plant.
Guess I'm just gonna shoot it. Sorry, Chris, you got.
Who?
Ronan's got. He's a tank.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull another arrow out and aim for, I guess, the same spot I did before, the center of the
Mhm.
bush.
Give me that ranged attack.
So that's 7 plus 10, 17.
Okay, that is a hit. Roll damage, and don't forget to add your
Plus
D8,
Colossal Slayer.
extra D8 because of Colossal Slider.
Oh wait,
Hmm.
wait.
We
So
missed it.
since
We missed it the first round. We're catching
I
it this
was-
time.
no, I was the first person the first round.
Technically, Thalia hit it with the
Ah.
shatter.
So my
more damaged.
damage is normally +5 with a +1 because of the deeps thing, and now I just roll again, or it's
So
automatically +8
roll 2d8 plus 6.
and
So
add
you're just
all of
adding.
those
You're just
together?
adding an extra die to that.
It's
Got a
still just
7.
+6.
So I got a 7 plus 6 is 13. And I got a 5 plus 6, which is 11.
It'll be so it's the 7 plus 5, and then your 6.
Oh, so that's
Yeah, you just had that once.
11, 12, and then plus
So 6 is 18.
6, 18.
Minus 18. So yeah, you get another good clean shot, and you hit it. You can't tell if you hit exactly where you hit the first time, but you've definitely hit close enough that it kind of keeps pulling back. Chris, you will take 4 points of piercing from that.
Shit, does that mean he's bleeding?
We're gonna kill the barbarian.
Eh.
You're not gonna kill him. He's just not gonna be happy about it later. And Lythar, unless you have something else you want to do.
Does piercing make him bleed?
Pierce, he's resistant to all non-magical
Oh,
damage
right,
types
he's
when he's
raging.
raging.
Right.
Um,
Right.
He's there to be hit.
He's
So
fine.
Thalia. Oh, sorry. Unless you do still have a movement as well if you want to use it.
I'm still by Thalia across the right.
Correct.
Nah, I did that back by mistake.
Okay. Thalia, I believe you are up.
Wow. I don't know what. So I guess
Read more books.
okay. I'm going to wait, can I use my action to like as a defend or dodge? Like in case an attack, I don't know.
In case
Like-
something comes at you.
Yeah.
Um,
Or is that just a monk thing?
I think there
I
is an
think-
actual defend action.
Yeah, I'm trying to
there
find
is
it.
there is a dodge action. Start your next turn. Any attack roll made against you has disadvantage if you can see it, and you make dex saves with advantage. So you can use your action to do that.
Yes, I'll do that, and then I will use Bardic Inspiration and look at my new Dragonborn in front and be like, okay, fire, plant. I feel like you got this.
So that is an extra D8 for our dragon friend.
Excellent.
And it is Ronan.
Can I break out?
You're up. You're up inside this thing. You can certainly try.
All right.
You can add a D8 if you want.
I'm
Mhm.
probably going to. Roll a d20 plus a something.
Just confirming restrained versus grappled. Yeah, give me a strength check to bust your way out of this thing.
You can do it.
15 plus. Is it 5? So 20?
Do you want to use your bardic inspiration?
I feel like since you're asking me, that means I should, so I'm going to.
That is not a leading question. That is me confirming whether or not you want to do that.
I'm going to. Which is a 5? 3? 3. It's a 3. So 23.
That has an escape DC. That's weird. This one does not have an escape DC. You said you had a 23?
Mhm.
Yeah, you are able to Hulk your way out of this
Yay!
thing in like a big old pile of rage.
Thank God.
So you can move out of the bush if you want, or you can stand in the middle of it and maybe get engulfed again.
Can I? That was my action breaking out. Correct?
That was your action, yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna look over at Frank, give him a little high five, and just stand there.
Okay.
Because I don't know that my teammates are hurting me or were hurting me.
Okay. All right.
None of us know it either.
And so Mari, you're up. You and Frank get a turn.
All right. All right. I'm just gonna shoot the dude with my crossbow again.
Going crossbow him again.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a sweet ranged attack.
Damn it. I got a 7 total.
7. This one goes wide. It actually, so you line up the shot and you shoot, and you're kind of bracing on your own arm, and your foot slips on a turd, and it flies over, and Frank catches it on his shield. Then like it doesn't look back at you, but he's just like, whatever, blocked it.
Can't
I'm
be
gonna keep on.
surprised.
Yeah, he's on that like shit on your shoe. So what would you like to use your bonus action on, Frank?
Yes. And
You gonna tell him to get in there?
sorry, reading what help does.
Creature you aid gains advantage on the dex check.
Yeah, it says you can aid a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you. So you can feint, distract, or team up.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm gonna help out Ronan on the next turn if it makes clear.
Or so it's the next attack that's made against it. It's not just Ronan. It is.
Okay.
if the next attack against it is at advantage,
Okay.
which is still fine because Lami's up.
I think they have to be within like 5 feet of me. Is Lami close to me?
So you're aiding a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you. So as long as Frank is within 5 feet of that creature, he's distracting it.
Oh,
Oh, we lost Rachel. There she goes.
Bye, Rachel.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna use help, and then I'm also gonna use force and power rend as my regular action for.
I think so. You're telling Frank to help, and on his turn, he's taking the help action. So he either attacks or he helps, because otherwise, all he does is dodge.
Right.
Which is not a terrible plan, because with Lami coming up, advantage might not be terrible.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna use help.
Okay.
Good.
So Frank starts clanging his shield and sword together, just making a whole ruckus.
He's bringing the ruckus.
It's more the plant's less concerned about the noise and more concerned about just the massive amount of movement. Oh, there's the fucking escape DC. Never mind. It helps if I read the whole card.
what was it? Out of curiosity, can I know?
You passed it.
Okay.
Salami, you're up.
Am I next to this thing?
You're in like 10 feet. You can walk over.
I'm gonna get right next to this thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for a sword swing
Mm.
with a stack of bullshit on it.
Okay. What bullshit are we stacking
You
on? it
mean
today?
dragon shit? Like,
As my bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Searing Smite.
Good.
Okay, yep, we're gonna do
Things
that.
I like.
Uh-huh. And I'm also gonna use my Divine Smite because those stack.
It appears that Lami has taken a chance at this. So yeah, make your attack at advantage, please.
Okay, that one's an 18. And that one's a 25.
Natural or did you break the 20?
It's plus.
Did you crit? Is really the question.
No,
Okay.
no, I didn't.
No crit. That's okay.
Because it's plus 7 to hit.
All right. So
Oh Lord,
yeah,
this is gonna be a
you're
mess.
gonna chunk this thing.
Yes.
I need that one. I need that one. I need that one. And I need that one.
I
Josh,
hate
murder
this.
it. Won't go bad.
It's the goal, buddy. Oh, what is that? Is that a 1d6 or is that a 2d6?
Searing Smite,
Yeah, it's 1d6.
1d6
Yes.
fire, and you light it on fire, and you deal 2d8 radiant.
Yes.
Can you use inspiration on damage rolls?
No.
No?
Do I get
Oh,
my
sad.
bardic inspiration too? Can I throw that in here? Or was that used already?
Ability check, attack roll, or damage or saving throw. It does not apply to damage.
Got it. That'd be nice.
That would be busted.
Okay, here we go.
Also, Rachel texted me and said that she can use cutting words to make the creature hopefully miss if anyone desperately needs it. Does her laptop
20. Wait, I forgot to add that. 31 damage.
Hey.
that's from one hit.
That
Yeah.
is a single swing.
That's a 2-spell slot hit there, buddy.
Yeah.
That was
How,
Searing Smite.
Gosh, I hope we don't.
how do you want to
after
do
this.
this?
Hey!
I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna swing right at the bush and just with a flaming sword so shinier than the fire and just go for it and uproot this damn thing.
Yeah, you get that swing, and the flames. So like the flame breath, it didn't really do it. This flame has a little extra shine and silver to it, and you just cleave through branch, root, trunk. You just cleave this thing, and all of it just kind of falls and starts to burn and wither away, and you just like. And now the entire room smells like gently singed turds.
It's delicious.
But it's dead. and that's what matters.
No
and that
dwarf.
is that is where we will call it for tonight.
Yay!
Was there a
congrats.
path behind him? Like a
There
path to go?
there are 5 other
There's
paths in
5
this
other-
district you're in. But everyone who is not level 5, please level up.
Yay!
You've killed a
Bye,
No.
internet. I'm gonna stop
Those not-
recording now.